right, we are live. I am ChadO. This is ATX Comedy Review. We got Zach Leboza over here posting it. We got Eric Biggs over there chilling out. We are here together as one comedian. I think the three of us can make that, right?
Yeah. The three of us make one standard.
Oh my God.
Everyone can have just one 5-minute
Yeah.
bit. Well, solid 15.
Yeah,
We're a good featured act at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, with only getting 5 minutes apiece anyways, we might be able to get 15 out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Have you gotten any longer gigs there, Eric?
Not since I've gotten here. So before I came down to Austin, I was doing like traveling shows and stuff. So I was doing a lot of like 20-minute sets and stuff like that. And then I got down here to Austin and they were like, oh, you're going to do like 1 minute and 97 seconds. And then we're going to start throwing grenades at you. And it's like, oh, fucking, this is cool.
Yeah. So I'm
We're from Missouri?
Yeah, Missouri. I was in Columbia, Missouri. And every once in a while we'd run up to like KC or St. Louis. But those scenes were, I mean, you know.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Like
But you could probably get a featured spot for some fucking guy.
Yeah, it was one of those like you could show up and do a thing, but like they were all so niche because they were all such small comedy scenes that you would show up in the St. Louis scene. You'd be like, oh, I'm from Columbia, and they're like, oh, okay,
go fuck yourself. Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll put you on this one. And you're like, whatever, man. Like you're in fucking Missouri. So you're not a national headliner. Shut the fuck up.
So now, do you think being an Austin comic makes it better for you to go back out and do those road gigs, or do you think it's hindering you from getting paid right now?
I think it's probably gonna is ultimately good, but I definitely think there's a little bit of like you meet people that aren't from here. Like I just did a podcast with a guy who's a San Antonio comic, and you could tell there's like a little bit like, oh well, yeah, all these fucking Austin people like go.
Yeah, but also, go fuck yourself. You're in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's like,
why didn't you just move to where comedy was?
All these Austin people are doing 4 shows a night, doing heckle mics and doing, all these other things. Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that never made sense to me. Like, people would be like, oh, I want to start comedy. Where are you moving? Philly. It's like, an hour away from New York City? Why just move to New York City?
Yeah, why not? You're getting so close to where you I had people who would train in to work at a bar in New York. That's how good the money was in New York. They would train in. It's an hour, 15 minutes each way. Yeah.
And I was like, are you going to do that for comedy? They're like, no, I've never been up there. I was like, what? You never went? You want to be a comic and you were an hour away and you never went to New York City?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, no. All right.
Yes, I get starting in a smaller scene.
Yeah.
You know, like a little less stressed. Like I do think it's fucking insane whenever you meet these guys. Like I've never done comedy before.
Yeah.
And I came here
to Austin.
and I'm doing
moved my whole
set,
and
I'm like,
I moved my whole family and 6 pets. And,
Yeah, that's ballsy as fuck. Respect. Mad respect for doing it.
But again, at least you were in entertainment before.
Yeah. Nobody knew I was, but I was. Yeah.
There was this one kid that got and of course they all get on Kill Tony the first time, fucking pricks. But there was one kid, he was trying to sell me a watch before Kill Tony. I was like, dude, he's like, I killed it at the creek last night at Banana Phone. I was like, no one kills it at Banana Phone. You might have had a good joke and then still got slaughtered by the room. So
it's actually the point is to not kill. Like, you're there to get bullied by people that are sad at midnight.
Yeah.
That's
they're for the people who are somehow still sober enough to talk.
Yeah.
But not too drunk to throw a bottle at you.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, he was like, look at this, 3 watches. I was like, why'd you have 3 watches? He's like, you need one. I was like, look how I'm dressed. I don't need a watch. Come on. And then he got pulled on Kill Tony and it was still at Vulcan. And I was in a pit and I saw him walk by and go, fucking shit, this prick. And I was like, whoa, Zach, calm down. I was like, fuck him.
Have you seen him since?
No, of course. He got fucking obliterated.
Oh, good.
Tony ripped his balls out from him. He was like, I'm not good at this. I was like, I know. That's what I tried to tell you before you signed up.
How was your Kill Tony there, Eric? You did it like, 3 weeks ago now?
It was still with the Vulcan, so I guess it's been
4 weeks at least.
Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was actually hanging out with you in the pit. I don't know if you remember this.
Probably not.
But
we rub off a lot of
it depends how early Kill Tony was it.
Yeah, so I was hanging out in the back of the pit, and I had been here a couple months, 2-3 months, and I was sitting in the back, and there's just all these giant, because I'm not a very fucking tall dude, and there's all these giant fucking dudes around me just talking shit about every single person that
Sounds
comes up
about
on
right.
stage. And just like, and I'm like, man, this Hawaiian motherfucker's standing next to me.
Yeah,
Because this is the only time I've ever not seen you in a fucking Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
But he's just standing in a Hawaiian shirt, just talking mad shit about everyone. And they call my name, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, these guys are going to eat me alive.
Like, I hope you want to get a drink. I hope that's
Yeah.
Well, people yell at me. They're like, why do you wear the Hawaiian shirt? I was like, do you know how angry I look and sound all the time? I need the audience to have something to be like, he's not going to shoot us.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. He's fun and goofy. Yeah. Ultimately, I don't think my set was like too bad. I mean, I didn't get like secret show or any of that crazy. It was just like,
Well, what do they know?
bunch
of fucking pricks.
Yeah, but I mean, it was one of those. It's like, I got to do it. It was cool, and got out of it.
Well, you're going to get on this week. We were like 6 for 6 or 6 for 7.
we're killing it. But Ridge got on it. No, he got on the
You got
Mothership.
Mothership.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
count those. I'm going to count. You get Mothership or Tony.
We're gonna count all of it. Whatever happens.
I do think getting Mothership is way better than getting on Tony. Like Kill Tony, just because you get to do a real set in front of a regular audience that doesn't just want to watch you eat shit and die.
Well, and then Adam's there, and there's other comics are, the door guys are watching. So if they haven't seen you in a while or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a chance for people to be like, oh, okay, like this is. He just
Chad just put us on a 2-shot, and then it's like, I'm going to take a shit.
He's like, you know what? I'm fucking tired of this.
They're bringing way too much negativity to this room.
He's like, I actually love Kill Tony, so fuck you guys.
And he's like, I don't want to. Tony's gonna see this. And I don't want to be a part. I don't want to be part of this.
I will not be on the screen. You disrespect our Lord and Savior.
Who is your guest?
Chris DiStefano.
Oh fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and it was cool that it was somebody that like I knew and was like a really big fan of.
Right.
Because I mean, like sometimes you go and you're like, yeah, I know that you're like a national headliner, but like.
But also go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like I don't know who you are. Also, I would never be a psychopath and tell a professional comedian like, oh, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting for that moment. I've been waiting for that. Who the fuck is this guy?
This bitch Rosebud's up there.
His
like,
mom?
making fun of me.
His mom? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But your mommy to fucking work with you? Are you? Nah.
It is the wildest thing.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to some dude who got on like a week or so ago in the back alley, and he's like, oh yeah, like I didn't know who the guest was. I told him that, and I was like, fucking why?
Well, yeah.
Why would you make them want to hate you?
Right.
And just be, oh, fucking no.
It's like, have you ever met a comic where you're literally 95% ego and be like, I don't know who the fuck you are. They're like, oh, well, fuck you then.
No one will ever know who you are.
Yeah. Standing there like, well, they're at Secret Show, and I don't want you guys both in the green room being very awkward together.
Yeah, no shit, yeah.
Well, especially when it's like someone big too. I've had people be like, "Yeah, who's this Ron White guy?" I'm like, "Who's this? Go home, go home." That's who it is.
It's like, how long ago did you get into comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not a blue collar tour fan.
Yeah. What Amy Schumer special made you think you were funny? What is this?
Now if she came out,
All of them.
I would be like, Amy Schumer. You brought Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Her daddy runs the country.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
All right.
For all the comics that don't know, Chuck Schumer's her dad.
What's Chuck Schumer do?
He runs the country.
He's the like minority leader of the Senate right now, or is he majority? I forget, but he's like the top 5 Democrats in power.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. So Amy Schumer being like, I don't get what things are happening. It's like,
So-
well, ask your uncle.
Yeah.
So do you think he used her to shoot up that theater just as a pawn in his?
Yeah.
In his
Well, yeah, you know
overall
how he went on with Seinfeld? That's why.
Okay, so yeah, so he shot those people just for Amy Schumer to make
Who
that
got
speech.
shot?
No, all those people in Trainwreck, the theater. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what
Are you talking about the like?
You said
Colorado
Trainwreck, then you said theater.
Yeah, Amy Schumer's movie Trainwreck.
Okay.
Had a shooting
Oh,
at a
it did?
theater, and she went on and
How
did a
many
big,
people could have possibly been in that theater?
Yeah, exactly.
3 people. There were 3 targets.
Maybe it wasn't her.
It wasn't even how many people got shot. It was 3 targets.
she was-
Also, calling it an Amy Schumer. It's a Bill Hader movie.
Well, yeah, but she.
And it wasn't a shooting; it was a suicide. Like, come on, they were
He got halfway through.
They're
It's
like,
like,
what
this
did I
bitch?
do?
Why am I not successful and she is? This sucks.
So yeah. Anyways,
sorry.
It might have been Batman. I don't know.
There's someone. The one fan of the show is watching. Is like, my son died in the fucking. Well, there was definitely in Colorado the Dark Knight shooting.
Yeah,
in Aurora.
See, that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm like, that's
She made a big speech about it, right? Didn't she make a speech about it?
I'm sure she would have.
All right, fine, fuck it. You guys are great podcast guys.
Just because we don't know everything that went on with Trainwreck the movie.
Well, you want to talk about? I mean, you want to talk about a subject, and I reference that subject, and then it's just a big train wreck. You know,
Just like the film.
Yeah.
We're making your own movie, right?
You have to have such balls naming your film that. You're like, yo, everyone, if this doesn't kill, we are fucked.
No, it's about me being a train wreck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's only so many stolen jokes in it, guys. Don't worry. A little early on in the podcast for the drop. Sorry.
Fatality.
Fantastic.
I was doing visual ones while you were talking.
Great. What's the subject tonight?
It's roast beef. I didn't do it. I didn't sign up.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, I've been trying to make money and get this new business going.
Smart.
Yeah, so I got some.
So
shit
roast
happening.
beef would have been a fun.
Yeah, especially
Finally, a fun subject.
because I would have
It's
taken.
gonna be a lot of vagina jokes.
I would have changed my whole tuna fish sandwich bit to roast beef
To roast
sandwich.
beef?
Yeah, see if it worked.
What have you been getting up to this week?
Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to just do as many sets as I can. Did either one of you guys sign up for the Funniest of Austin competition?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got fucked in my ass.
Oh, yeah?
My bracket is belligerently good. I saw a few of them. I was like, oh, a bunch of fucking faggots who have never done comedy.
Yeah.
And then I looked at mine. And I'm like, oh, Ray Shenevy, Owen Galvin, Pat G. Like,
It's everybody you know. at
Well, it's
least.
also friends. Like,
Yeah.
so like one of us won't move on, and it's like, oh, this sucks.
That's good. That's fun. you
yeah,
know.
it's fun.
I
It's
mean,
fun only doing 1 3-minute set
Well,
out of 20 stages.
or knocking Ray out, or
Yeah.
not, you gotta.
Well, it's
bring it.
also like Owen and I are like, if either of us win, if either of us make it and the other doesn't, it's just gonna be a year of fucking misery.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no one fucking likes you. That's fucking crazy. Well, it's like Gong Show. He got gonged and I didn't, and it's just been every day. I'm like, hey, remember that joke that's really good? He's like, it's a good joke. I was like, how's it go again? Gong! And he's like, fuck you!
That's funny. See, it can play out.
Yeah.
But,
So we'll see.
I didn't sign up. I already know I'm the funniest person in Austin, and I don't want to just sit there and like have to prove it all the fucking time. So
Yeah,
he's
he's smart.
Yeah.
I like that move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just under the radar. It's hard to be humble and you're perfect
Well,
in every way. Kind
when,
of
when the
thing.
audience comes up and says you're the funniest person in Austin, I'm like, okay, why do I have to go sign this up? So
Well, I
yeah.
do wonder how many of the people that like got, like how far back till you finish and you're still allowed to sign up? Like I assume Casey can't sign up again. He won last year. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
And then like, does fourth place still get a sign up? Because it's like, come on.
Are you sure
you're
he can't
booking
sign up
everywhere.
again?
I'm not. But
I
it's
mean-
insane if he is.
But I mean,
I could check right now. I have all the brackets.
I said I didn't see him on
Well,
there because
yeah.
I did look for it because I was like, there
Well,
was
it's also like, why would he?
but
Yeah.
why would the world champ not defend his title?
Because he's too fucking. Because he has to go to Vietnam.
Two
Muhammad.
2 years in a row. That would be pretty impressive if you got funniest person in Austin 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but he's also working at Mothership. He's probably going to start touring soon.
Yeah.
So he's not.
Yeah,
But also, I'm saying, as Cap City, would you want that?
Is he doing those those Hans Kim's and Friends shows or anything like that?
I mean, he's
the
got
David
his
Lucas
own.
ones.
I think he's doing Hans's. I mean, he gets on like fucking he does Secret Show every week.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah. I just I don't want him getting pigeonholed like in Austin. You know.
No, yeah,
He's
I
got-
want him to spread.
Yeah, he's
well, but
out
that's
there.
again, if
Yeah.
if you're the funniest person in Austin 2 years in a row, you've been in Austin now 2 years.
2 years in a row, yeah,
You
yeah.
haven't left Austin.
Well, yeah, but I think if you there's a certain number you can get. I think like 5 is like a good
Yeah, I think if
5 years in a row. Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Jesus
That's time to
Christ,
walk,
bro.
walk away.
I mean, yeah.
You
you
should
imagine?
be, if you were the funniest person in Austin
Yeah.
from this date, when Austin became the capital of comedy.
Yeah, would that be crazy? That would-
Yeah, you should be. You
should
have a
go for
Netflix
it.
special out by that time.
Yeah, you should go for it.
5 years after being the funniest person in Austin, if you don't have a special out on at
course.
least on YouTube,
Well, you should definitely have some out. Yeah,
which he easily could do. He could easily do an hour special.
yeah. I would like to see what kind of what the special would look like. You know,
It'd be insane. It would just be
Yeah, it'd be
madness.
an
for-
hour.
but
of madness.
you think so,
45 minutes.
But you think, like a director will get a hold of it and be like, "Hey, let's film you like eating at a restaurant, and then just talk about cryptids for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then go."
Well, it's one of those you definitely need like very good director.
Yeah.
Because you have to have someone who catches, and you need like 8 cameras.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, here's his
You
Armada.
gotta have the boob jig coming through.
He's
Yeah.
gonna have to have like a sack full of shit.
Yeah. Just a wheelbarrow, like a wheelbarrow that comes out. It's like, we have more shit for you to throw at the audience.
You know, it's
sir.
funny because they like Rogan and stuff talked about Carrot Top taking that prop comedy from everybody, you know, not be able to do it. Now I think he's introduced a new way of bringing
Of doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bring it
because
back.
like I'm trying to explain it to comics back in like LA, New York, Florida. I'm like, well, yeah, he does this, and they're like, oh, he's a prop comic. I was like, he's not. No, he's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Like, you would never say that to him. Like,
Yeah, he's. The first time I saw him and I think Dean Stanfield. Like the first time I ever came to Austin, we just like went down to the creek because like me and my parents and shit. We like went and watched the show, and he went on and was just being crazy and whatever.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I think he's on drugs, and I'm like, no.
He's probably the only one in this
Yeah.
one that's not.
I'm like,
You know?
this is like a bit thing. And she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, that's fine. Like, you don't need...
Well, it's also like he doesn't have to go to the gym. If he
Yeah.
does 2 shows a night, even if
Yeah.
they're only 10-minute spots, it's like, yo, your cardio is fucking great, bro.
Yeah, I'd be so winded. Every single stage twice, man. Motherfucker.
Well, that's one of the things. Is like, I wonder what he's gonna be like when he's like 56.
Yeah.
Is he still gonna be like, I got it? Like, holy shit, bro, you're gonna die. You have to tone it down.
I mean, he smokes a lot though.
Yeah.
So that might be a problem.
That doesn't help either.
Eric,
So it'll just help him die.
you're a cigarette smoker, right, Eric?
I think everyone that smokes is serious about it.
Are you a military guy too, right?
No,
No?
I was not.
No.
Just American flag on his arm.
Yeah. You just I assume.
Yeah, no, a lot of people do assume, but I'm just fat and out of shape, and I don't smoke. I do. I chewed for a long time, and then I started using
That makes
those
sense.
rogue,
Zins?
yeah, those like rogue pouches. It's like the Zins,
Okay.
but just
A little
different.
different.
But so I'm just gay now.
Yeah.
Is what I say. It's like, oh yeah,
That's nice.
I don't
It's nice that
smoke.
you can, hey, exclusive for the podcast.
Yeah.
Coming out as gay.
Yeah, I'm gay. Don't tell my wife.
Yeah, smoking
She'll
stuff
be
for you.
so
Very
upset.
upset.
She'll be like, what was all of our life?
That Mr. Beast guy had a
This
fucking
transgender,
wife.
yeah.
He had a wife and kids, and he's like, yeah, you know
He had
what?
kids? Wasn't he like 26?
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to try this female thing out for a while. So.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
that's a good way to abandon your family.
Yeah.
Because
So,
then
I'm not going to say I'm going to get milk and never come back. I'm going to just cut
Produce
my
milk.
cock off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start producing it.
Yeah, because then
All right, kids. Daddy's gone.
yeah, if your kids ever shit on you, it's like, well, I had to leave them. They were transferred.
Yeah. Real
There's a
asshole.
transfer. I like that.
He's canceling his kids.
Yeah, he's like,
They're in like the 8th grade play, and he's like, transfer, piece of shit, get off the stage.
there's a picket line at their school.
I watched Piranha 3 DD, Double D
Nice.
last night, and the dude cuts off his dick
Fantastic.
because a chick.
Before it's time, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because a chick had a piranha in her vagina. She was like just so horny she wanted to fuck, and he fucked her, and he got his dick bit off by a piranha. That's where
So
this
a
movie
piranha
went.
swam up her puss.
No, it laid eggs in the water, and I think it hatched inside her. She she gave birth to the piranha. Is
Maybe
what I
that
think
writer's
happened.
strike should have happened.
Yeah. There's our film review for the fucking week.
So-
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this was last night. I had a mushroom gummy, and I'm like, "What the fuck are we watching?" And it just kept on getting worse. Like it was like at first it was like David Koechner runs a water park, and it's just like titties and everything. He's just like
Hell
a creepy
yeah,
guy. I'm
nice.
like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But eventually, the piranhas just get so crazy that they're coming into the water park and they're coming out of vaginas. And it was,
Also, piranhas and chlorine don't mix well.
well, there was a lot of dead piranhas by the end, but they
Also, do you
a lot of
guys
dead
know
people.
piranhas don't attack people? They're very afraid of people. There's like lots of YouTube videos of people swimming in piranha.
Why
tanks,
do you
and they're
ruin
like,
everything? This is what.
Hey,
See,
I just want you guys to feel safe. This is a safe space.
I don't feel like I would trust the guy that gave me that info. Like, if there was a bunch of piranhas in the water, the guy's like, it's not
Just
even
jump
gonna
in,
bite
bro.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, fuck you.
I'm gonna
going
trust
home.
Hollywood where it swims out of your vagina before I trust that it swims away from you.
Yeah, then it's gonna be like, oh no, food. Like,
I also lived in Florida for 3 years where they're like, gators? Gators are food. They're not
Yeah.
dangerous. And you're like, what? Bigger than my car, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen? Did you see a few out there? Mm-hmm. They're just around, just hanging.
Well, when you go from like Fort Myers to Miami, you go down Alligator Alley, and you see so fucking many.
Oh, really?
They're just like because they have like the roads built up because it's all swamp. And then right next to the road is just swamp, and you just see them like hanging out, just like
Damn.
yeah,
Just hanging.
And it's just like I'm not changing my tire anywhere.
Yeah,
on
they're
this
just
spot.
they're just
fuck
waiting.
this. Yeah.
They're like have car troubles. We dare you.
Well, they like don't move either for like 90% of the day. They just sit there, and then whenever something comes by, they're like, all right, that's dinner for the week.
Yeah,
And
now
I'm
you're
like,
dead.
all right,
Yeah, you, your dog.
They
your
don't have
children.
any hobbies. it's don't move or murder.
None of them are taking up stand-up comedy. I got heckled last night. Now I'm gonna take it out on somebody.
I hate the whole audience.
You're wearing a Gator. No, it's a Green Bay.
It's like Packers.
Yeah. It was funny. You're like, Shooters is a Packers bar. That's why I go there. It has one fucking jersey hanging in the back.
And it's not signed.
It's not
The fact that they couldn't get Brett Favre to sign that jersey, send him $20 in the jersey. He'll sign it, send it back, and pay for postage.
But if they send that jersey away, then they won't be a Packers bar anymore.
They got a flag. There's a flag.
They got a flag.
Yo, I got so mad at their bartender this week.
Well, she was bitching at me for not buying anything.
No, I got mad at the guy.
Oh yeah.
Well, first off, there were so many comics there this week. There were like 40 of us.
Yeah, I got there
What the fuck
early.
are you all doing?
I got there early. I don't fucking care. I go first or second. I'm done.
I went to Roscoe's, didn't get on, then drove
Yeah.
over there, and I was just like, this is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Well, and then all the like papers are gone too, and you're like, all right, whatever.
You only need one. You don't need.
You only, yeah, I know. You only need one.
Yeah, but also whenever you go up there and you're about to go on, the person before you just burns through like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could have done something with
Well,
that.
that's the worst. Is
Like,
like, I have a bit off that, or I have a story. or-
Yeah, I could have done, and they're like, who could even make that funny? And you're like, anyone
Anyone
but you,
else, yeah.
bitch. Like,
It's anybody who's not on stage though, because once you get up there, it's been an armchair quarterback. You know the play when you're when you're
Well,
sitting
also
there
when you're
watching
sitting
it.
with your boys
Yeah.
talking shit,
You're
like
ripping
your brain's popping.
Yeah.
Whereas once you're standing there not doing shit, and then you get up there, you're like, your neurons aren't going as much.
You're just
and
staring
like,
at lights. You got a camera. You got a
Alright,
phone. You got a
whatever.
phone. Yeah, it's just yeah.
That's why like this week I thought went well for me because I was just talking shit to Doug the whole time on stage, and Ridge was going to get money. I was like, "Oh, you gambling, Ridge? You fucking piece of shit loser!" Yeah.
Don't say that out loud. His parents might
His
find
parents
it.
will get very upset with him.
They have the internet. It's not a total.
But
loss.
yeah, they the bartender didn't know what Labatt's Blue was. I was like, literally the only reason I come out here is you're the only bar that has Labatt's Blue, and I fucking love it. And he's like, which one is it? And I keep
the
that
blue one.
that one. And then my last beer, he gave me a Bud Light. He's like, oh, I thought that was what you were drinking. I was like, it's fine, don't worry about it. And he's like, all right. And then still charge me.
I knew it was something gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see, I don't know what that even is. Labatt's Blue.
Labatt's.
It's a
Labatt's?
Canadian beer.
Canadian lager.
Oh, okay. I thought you
good.
were drinking IPAs, and I was like,
No.
don't be a homosexual.
You think
Okay.
I'm drinking IPAs?
Yeah, I know. I was like, you look like my
You think
best
I've ever
friend from a
touched an
trailer
IPA?
park.
Yeah.
What are you? Yeah, because I don't know. I just hate going to so many bars down here because you go in and you're like, do you have any domestics? And they just look down on you.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll charge you $47 for the shit that Kevin made in his bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he calls it the Austin beer, and you're like, no, you fucking suck.
Well, that's the other. There's zero creative. Like every company's like Austin Beer Company,
Yeah.
Austin.
That Texas
cider
whiskey,
company.
that Texas whiskey that everybody drinks is terrible. That
Still Austin is horrible.
It's a TX whiskey.
Yeah,
Have you
the
seen
TX whiskey,
That's terrible. It's
I've
the
never
worst
seen
whiskey I've ever fucking had.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like down the bottle.
Yeah.
It's ATX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, still Austin's also horrible. Their gin's good, weirdly enough, but their bourbon and their whiskey's fucking not great.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you tried like the number one or anything? Nah. I haven't. Haven't done any comedian alcohol.
Oh, I've tried a Bodega Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it good?
It's really good.
Okay.
I highly recommend it. I mean,
Where'd
it's
you
like
get it at?
$12 at Creek in the Cave, but like,
Oh, really?
it's like, ugh, okay. I think it was like $12-14.
Damn.
Jesus.
Because I like that and like a Lone Star.
It's still got the
they
same
don't carry
alcohol
anymore.
content as a $6 one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It
my
tastes
problem.
Yeah.
And they reposted me, so
Oh, there
I
you
feel
go.
pretty fucking cool.
Well, there you go.
It's so funny
Officially
how
made
like that means nothing in the world. I was like, oh, Bodega Cat and Creek in the Crave reposted you.
Yeah.
0 more followers.
Yeah.
No one wants to put you on a show. Who gives a fuck? I'm like, all right, dope.
Yeah, it moves the needle 0.
It's literally just I get to talk shit to my friends and be like, oh, did you not? Oh, you didn't get posted by.
Weird.
Yeah.
We might be drunk. That's
we're
what I
not-
did.
Yeah.
They thought I was funny.
Yeah.
Who thought you were funny this week? And they're like, no one. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Well,
No one at Fredo's laughed at your fucking jokes.
yeah. Where at?
Fredo's where they do Snail Haven.
I did Salvation Pizza this week.
I think I'm gonna do that this week.
It was terrible.
I,
It was by your
comics
house.
though, right?
Yeah.
Were there like 8 or 9
Well,
comics?
they were disguised as patrons, but it was all
What do you
comics.
mean
They were just
disguised?
they wearing like hats.
They were split. They were
They
spread
didn't have
out.
notebooks out. Notebooks, so put them on.
They were spread out. They had their spouses there.
They were
were
watching the show.
Two of them on each other's shoulders in an overcoat. Like,
Yeah, they were disguised. They were definitely. Yeah. So
what an insane thing to say.
Yeah.
Were the bartenders and stuff cool or?
absolutely not. Not.
Yeah, I figured they wouldn't.
I was there 15 minutes. I'm like, I want to get some pizza. I was hungry. I wanted to get something. I got there early to get time, so I could order something. Nobody saw me. Like nobody paid attention. I'm like, hey, we'll be right with you. Nothing. The whole time. Finally, I got up on stage. I did 2 minutes about not getting service in the place. Yeah.
And they were like, now it's really not.
Well, yeah. I want the fuck out. I don't give a shit at that point. I'm not going back.
No, but I've had like bars where like the bartenders will heckle you. I'm like, homie, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and serve beer. Shut the fuck up.
Sam Jack's poor bartender is so supportive of all the comics that come in.
I still have not done
and
Sam Jack.
they all drink water and she cheers them on and laughs and gives them a whatever.
Yeah.
It's so sad, but she does. She does a good job of trying to get
Maybe
whatever.
is that tonight?
Yeah, whatever crowd there is.
And she also
We'll see how
will,
this
like,
Mickey slants.
She will run people that are like heckling or being annoying out the door so fast.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she really cares about it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
like I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I went there for the first time. Some guy like came in and like yelled something at the comic, and the guy was like, "Let's see how long it takes for you to get thrown out."
Yeah.
And she literally came from back behind the bar, grabbed him, walked him out the door, shut the door behind him, said, "Don't."
Well,
come
it's
back."
like
I was
just go downstairs.
"Jesus
There's a
Christ."
bar downstairs.
Yeah,
Go
it's like
down
there's
there.
playing music. Be an
Yeah.
asshole down there. Like
Yeah.
musicians are already cooler than us. Just
Yeah.
yell at them for once.
I used to do a bit about how much I fucking hate musicians. I was like, they get to do cover music? Could you
Yeah.
imagine if I did cover comedy to just like learn how to perform?
Yeah.
Because it's like horseshit that they get to do Rolling Stones songs and be
Yeah.
like, hey, suck my dick.
Yeah, everyone's like, I love this.
This is
song.
a great song, bro. And it's like, oh, I'm the best musician ever.
Yeah, if you went up there and just like did Carlin bits for
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Well, I always did like, what if I did Seinfeld? What's the deal with airplane food? And like,
Yeah.
what if I did Cosby and just roofie this bitch?
yeah, you can. I think you can get away with doing an impression,
Right.
for a certain amount. But
Yeah.
But even of other comics is fucking strange.
yeah,
Like, except for like Cosby, it's very weird to see someone do other comics.
who does the Mr. Tramp's mic?
The guy that looks like.
What's his name?
Oh,
Is it Ollie?
I think so. Yeah.
Anyways, we were yelling
Lisa?
at, yeah, we were yelling at Derek to do impressions,
Stop.
and we had him do Cat Williams, and whatever. But Ollie goes up there, he does fucking Cat Williams so good. He just,
Really?
yeah, he just went up there and did a good Cat Williams.
That's fucking wild.
It was funny. Yeah.
And then Derek was like, mine's better.
And
You
it's
guys
just funny.
want to hear my dolphin?
It's just funny when you see a comic just pull something out that you didn't know they
Right.
had, and they just like they crush it with
Well,
it.
it's
yeah.
like for some reason they've never done it before.
Right,
They're like,
right.
I'm not
Yeah,
good
they,
at
they,
it.
he's never done a person on stage, never done it, but
Yeah.
just because that opportunity was there, he had it, and bam, and he killed it with it.
It's like
Yeah.
he's clearly practiced it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah. It's
never
well
brought
rehearsed.
it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Which is nuts.
yeah. I love that part. It's like me catching a ping pong ball in my nose. You know, you
Shut
just
the
fucking
fuck
never
up.
know what's gonna come.
Ping pong ball.
Yeah.
Like that you did it at the bar and they're like, oh, we're gonna bring our friends over, do it again. He's like, I can't.
It's a one-time thing.
So it's one off.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a good day.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Anyways,
Who was the guest this week? Was it Tony's mom? Is that this week?
no, it was this week. I think Jelly Roll or somebody.
Jelly roll.
He was there. I don't know
Yeah.
if he was the actual guest.
That would have been a wild person to just have on stage.
Was it not what's his face? Fucking
Yeah, it was.
from the Man Show.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
Who are you fucking talking about? Oh, Doug Stanhope?
Yeah.
He was there. I don't know if it was him
I don't
though.
know if he was the host.
Yeah.
We have to start having better friends who can tell us this shit.
We just need to like,
Or I have to stop being blackout drunk the whole time I'm
or hang around when people come off stage and go, hey, who was the guest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we got the fucking assholes with their camera dragging them to the end of the alley right away.
Yeah. Kill Allie. We should. They were. I told you, Yoni and those guys were like scoping that guy out, right? They're like, that's that guy. They were like, talking about him and shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's that guy. You know, it's like, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not gonna last too much longer, or maybe they're gonna give him a promotion and make it part of the thing. Who knows?
Have you guys ever seen that dude do comedy?
No.
Because
Yeah.
I had never even seen him before until he just started doing
Doing
the
Kill Alley?
thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, are you just some...
Yeah, he's like, I follow you, but he never asked me for an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
We'll get on Kill Tony.
Yeah, I don't
Well, it's
know.
gonna be funny too, because there's like a group of us that I know won't do it. Like I won't do it. I'll be like, go fucking. I don't want to fucking do your shitty fucking interview.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I hate man in the street shit.
Yeah, I especially, I don't like people talking to me,
Yeah.
at all. And then, if he,
Well, and also you're talking about something that no one else has saw,
yeah.
so you could be like, I fucking killed.
Yeah, and then we'll see it for like 2 weeks.
But I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get that inside scoop before
Yeah.
it comes out, so he can get those people like,
Yeah.
so he can like so that might be why they don't like him,
Right.
because he's giving away information.
About the show.
Yeah,
That would make sense.
yeah.
Also, I know if I'm coming out, I'm gonna try and make myself cry and be like, it was horrible. It was so bad, guys. And then everyone's gonna be like, you want to go get a drink? I'm like, yeah, go get me a drink.
They threw this big joke at me.
No, I'm absolutely hiding that. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, someone buy me a $5 beer from Derek. That's the only way to make me feel better.
Well, there'll be $1.50 by that time. They keep on going down.
I like that. He's like, I don't want to carry these home. $2. They're like, all right. I guess.
He was the smartest person ever for thinking of, all these alcoholic degenerates are hanging
You
out.
mean stealing Doug's idea?
Actually, Doug was the smartest person ever, and then that's all of it.
See, I didn't realize, because I wasn't there the first week, and I heard that there was a couple of guys doing it.
Yeah.
And then since it was only Derek doing it since then, I thought he was the first one. Everyone was like, oh, okay, he was first, we'll let him do it.
No, here's the most annoying about it.
Yeah, let's just say there was some drama that first week
Yeah.
around who's selling beer in the alley.
Yeah, there was Derek won the standoff.
Sure. I guess he got
There was
the
an
turf.
agreement,
Yeah.
Well, now he only sells IPAs, so I'm
Yeah.
not interested anymore. But
Well, it's funny too. Owen always gets me one because I buy him drinks at Coyote Ugly. So he's like, "Here." I was like, "Dude, I fucking hate it. Like, I'll just go to the bar.
Yeah.
I get free drinks a block away.
Yeah.
Just let me fucking."
Yeah.
Owen, I appreciate it. Thank you for the beer, but
You just buy it from me now.
yeah,
Fuck this
they're
stingy
on the way
asshole.
back from fucking North Carolina. What fucking idiots!
What are they doing out there? Comedy?
They went to see Shane Gillis. I don't even know if they did a show.
What? Who's they?
Doug,
What?
Jack, and Owen.
Doug's a bad influence for Owen.
Well, Doug used to live out there. I'm sure they got some spots somewhere, but they just didn't. I don't think they posted any. So I was like, did you get
that's
spots?
so far away
Yeah.
just for a show. Whenever
Well, like-
we're in a town that
They come
those
to.
big guys
They
are
will be
gonna-
here.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be back.
Well, like I was like, okay, like yeah, if Doug knows someone is getting you up, that's one thing. But it's like, no, it looked like they just saw Shane Gillis and then went to like a minor league baseball game.
Yeah, I think Doug's a bad influence for Owen. I think he's like, hey, Owen, let's do this. And I was like, okay.
And then Owen's like, yeah, let's drive to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So Owen won $500 gamble.
Well, yeah, that's
$400,
that's how you get in the cult. They give you a little bit,
Incentives.
and then he's like, "Hey, I need a ride over here. Hey, can you take me?" Yeah, then it's the end. You're trapped.
Was this week the fucking storm in the alley?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
That
man, that was
sucks.
crazy.
Storm?
Yeah, you
It
were in the
rained.
alley with the storm. 'Cause-
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like storming the Capitol, but happening in an alley.
Yeah, there were a lot of people not happy with the
Yeah.
election of 2020.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, there's a lot of white people back there, but not all of them vote like that. It's fine, but
No, it rained. This is like one
Yeah.
episode I might watch just to see when someone comes on stage. Just so
see how sucked they are. Yeah.
and just be like, all right, Tony, what are you gonna do with this? Like, well, and also it's like if he brings it up, it's like like the guy has to be like, yeah, you leave us in that alleyway outside and it's
Yeah.
pouring, so
We used to
that's
get
why
to-
I'm soaked, you fucking piece of shit.
yeah, we used to get to watch your lighter fell in that
Yeah, I
block.
saw it now. I found it. I was looking for it. I was like, where'd it go? If I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you just get to stand outside with the homeless degenerate vagrants
Yeah.
that we all are. It's just like, I
And the
love
guy who
smelling
OD'd
like
on
shit.
his bike.
I had some really good crawfish in the alley.
Shut the
this
fuck
week,
up
though.
with the fucking crawfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Here,
good.
do your pump for Shakespeare's and their free crawfish, and then I never want to hear about it again.
You're gonna hear about it every week now.
Well, hey, whenever the guy that I do the podcast with comes on, he'll definitely talk about it because he's a Louisiana boy.
Okay.
And he like shit himself.
That
Like,
night.
yeah, because like crawfish came out and he's like, oh my god. And like he went over and got it and he's like, are you gonna get some? And I was like, I don't give that much of a
Yeah.
shit. And he's like, you're getting a plate. And I was like, okay. So I went over and got some, like ate some. I was like, I'm not standing here working to get
Yeah.
this much. So I just gave him the plate. He's like, oh my god, he's so excited.
I didn't care for the work on getting the crawfish, but the sausage was really good. A couple of shrimp were really good. I had the accessories that went with the crawfish.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, shrimp and stuff's easy to eat, but like
Well,
crawfish
it's
is so much horseshit.
Well, the shrimp still had stuff like the shell on
Yeah.
it, so I don't know if you're supposed to eat that or not. I didn't care for the legs in my mouth. So
Yeah,
kept
I
on-
just peel them off.
Yeah, it was a lot of work to get those off. So it was, yeah. Anyways, but the sausage was good. The corn was spicy.
Yeah, the corn fucked me up.
Yeah, it
because
was-
I ate the corn first, and then like my whole mouth was on fire. And I was like,
And then my name got called, and I was like,
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. My face is just red. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just sweating more than I usually do.
you're
anyways.
soaking wet, sweating.
Yeah. I had corn. And they're like, what's happening?
Corn in the valley.
What the hell's going on out there? Yeah.
Do you want to believe it, Tony?
Yeah.
They had free corn for us.
Mushroom lemonade.
Yeah.
And corn.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, I think that's probably the only time I've ever been in an alley. Somebody's offered me food and I've said yes. Never in a million years would have I thought if I asked a younger me, like, would you eat alley food? And also I would be like, no, what am I, a fucking piece of shit?
Well, first off, is it pouring down rain? Because that's a main component of it. But this is my third week in a row to have alley food, though.
Really?
Yeah, I've had.
Yeah, they cooked hot dogs the one week.
Yeah, I had the hot dogs, the crawfish, and I think I had donuts from Derek. Derek had some donuts back there.
Oh yeah, you walk through an alley and someone's eating a rat. Like, you want some of this young blood? And you're like, I'm good, man.
There's no fight. They didn't even cook it. It's
No,
just still
it's
moving.
just- yeah, they're like, this
just
is
fighting.
This is how it's raw.
Yeah.
It's good.
Fresh meat. The way Rogan likes it.
Oh God.
I think he sears it, right?
I have no idea.
He gets it up so he doesn't get trichinosis.
He had a guy on the other week that was like, yeah, you just put it up at the top rafter in your smoker, but you don't even need the smoker on. Just leave it for a week. It cooks itself. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's like, I think you're lying.
I think you're
to
fucking
me.
something up.
Yeah. I
It
think
cooks
you have
itself.
diseases.
Are you dying, bro? You
It's
have bacteria in your brain.
Yeah.
That looks cooked. Yeah. I don't know. I can't really do the raw. I like a pink hamburger or a pink steak, but I don't like a fucking
See, but hamburgers still not supposed to eat pink.
Yeah.
Why?
Because hamburger can have a lot of disease in it. And shit.
But isn't that the same thing as the steak that's pink?
No, because it's different areas of the cow and
Isn't
It's
it-
not ground up.
yeah.
But wait, what's grinding up give you why does grinding up give you a
'Cause it
It
parasite?
gives you more surface area.
Well, and it's also not all hamburger.
Yeah.
It's not all cow. Like some of it's
What?
yeah, because there's not enough fat in it. So a lot of times you'll mix other meats in.
I don't know.
That's why you do the smash burger at Culver's.
So
It's fucking delicious.
When I go to the grocery store and I see the guy back there making the hamburger from the chunk steak, he just puts it in the little grinder, he grinds it up, it comes out, he puts it in the little package. Have you guys not seen this? This is how
Is this
they
how you spend your day?
This is how they-
watch guys make chunk steak burger
this
patties.
is how they make fucking
just-
hamburger meat.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at this guy go. Look at this minimal wage.
Yeah, but I don't assume that it's just like
I wonder if
cats and
this guy ever had
stuff.
dreams.
Yeah, I'm not assuming that there's like other animals in it because I know there's not because I saw him make it.
Well, they gotta be pulling fat from somewhere, unless there's a lot of fat.
Unless it's
on the
Wagyu
meat.
burger.
No, are you guys crazy?
Because that's what makes it stick together. The hamburger stick together. You gotta have fat, and if it's too lean, it all falls apart.
Okay, maybe, but like I don't want to describe fucking cows butchering on this fucking thing, but whenever you get
But here we go. Nonetheless.
on the outside of the steak is the layer of fat. When you put all that together, it grinds it all up and puts it together.
Delicious.
I was trying to just argue a different side of this, and it's not.
Yeah,
going
it's
well.
not other animals. It
You didn't know that someone spends their weekends watching people at HEB.
Well, I just know how meat is made.
He's like, I just
It's not-
love seeing guys that have face tattoos.
Well,
and
I like being right a lot, so like I pay attention to things. Like
All right,
that.
podcast. You guys ready for our first field trip? We're going to HEB right now. Grab a camera.
Bring him around.
No.
We're all going to be like, fuck, he was right. God damn it.
I just don't know why you would think that other things are in there.
For For the record, I didn't. I did take his side because I thought it'd be more fun.
Yeah. Okay.
It was more fun on this side.
No, I agree that thinking that.
I mean, we
cats
can't be like
or-
Biden and just not do debates.
They put a hamburger and fish together. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just gonna smoke over the slider.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, through your lighter?
Yeah. Why not?
If that thing exploded, you could hear it.
Why would it explode?
I don't know.
ChadO is like
This is like your fake hamburger meat story again. That
ChadO is the
causes
Jack
fires.
Bauer of smoking weed. There's no danger not worth going through to get that fucking,
See, there you go.
to get the high.
Yeah.
This is the worst
Get the
podcast
high.
ever, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. We've been alcoholic.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody kill me, please!
Take a drink and die.
That was beautiful. That was ChadO's first single?
You know what? Every time I play that, I get flagged on YouTube for Adam Sandler writes. He owns
Could
that
you
song.
talk about a guy who wouldn't give less of a fuck?
Yeah, but now I don't get my my monetization on this episode.
Well, then
I push that
stop
button.
playing it.
Yeah.
Or when you post it to YouTube, just edit it out.
Adam Sandler's gonna be like, "What's this half a cent from ATX Comedy Review?"
When I was a kid, I wrote him a letter and he wrote me back. I felt very good.
Did
I'm
he
sure
really
it
write
was
you
someone-
back?
No, I'm sure it was some fucking.
What'd he say? What'd you say?
I have it in my room somewhere. It
It's-
was like
Frame?
He goes, "Hold on, I got a copy in my wallet."
a picture of the picture.
It's just tattooed on his chest, the words
It's
he
like
said.
it's the weirdest because it was like a school project in like second or third grade, like write one of your heroes. So I wrote him, and it came back. It's like a postcard of him like milking a goat, which I was like, this has nothing to do with anything. Like not like could have been Billy Madison, could have been Waterboy, could have been fucking the opera singer guy. Like it's like no, it's just him milking a goat randomly, which he doesn't own a farm or goats.
That's how you know that came from a special. Yeah. It's
And then it's like, like, hey man, like good to hear from you. Happy that you're a fan. Like, just keep on grinding. And I was like, 10.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just
like-
keep grinding at stand up. I'm sure you'll make it. That's how I did it. I was like, I don't think that's how you made it. I don't think you were 10 years old doing stand up.
It's like, I'm just 9 and had to do a report.
Yeah, I just had to make someone write me back. And thank God your assistants were nice enough.
Yeah, I didn't know I had dreams.
I also
I'm
think he
sorry.
wrote XOXO, which is hilarious that he wrote XOXO
Oh, did
to
he?
like a little kid.
You should put. Adam Sandler was grooming me as a child.
Yeah, now that shit would not fly. In 1998, it was great.
I was being groomed by Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
He told me keep on and stay in touch, and he gave me XOXO. Yeah, there's some stuff there.
Whenever that documentary comes out, it's gonna be a big deal.
I'm gonna be behind like a black curtain. I'll be in the shadow with the voice modulator. Yeah, when I was 10.
Adam Sandler used to send me postcards of him milking goats. It's very erotic.
So for 10 years, I sent him dick pics and never wrote back. What an asshole.
He just jerked off till
Jesus, Chad.
yeah.
Chad just has to get that last tag in.
Yeah, Chad's already, he's like, yeah, they're going to take my money because I'm playing part of his song. He's
Yeah.
like, he's a rapist. This isn't going to affect the podcast.
Well, if he's gonna get money from it, he's gonna get money from it.
Fucking
We're gonna do it right.
I can't believe they picked that up. That's
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah, just that one little clip. I thought you could get like 30 seconds of something, or like at least 5.
Yeah.
That's not even that long.
Well, also, if we talk about it, which we just did, we should be fine.
Well, we do, but it doesn't pick up that part. It's not listening to the whole
I
conversation.
know.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
if you play a clip that it's like for the purpose of like,
of the conversation.
critiquing or,
Ah,
which I would say what we did was a critique.
Yeah.
You know what? That 30-second drop, Adam Sandler, that drop sucks. You should go back and rewrite it, you piece of shit. Well, there goes our fucking 5 cents.
now we have to pay Mortal Kombat. Actually, Warner Brothers will come after you for anything. I have
Oh,
this.
I'm sure.
I have this logo called Wilma Wonka treats. It's half Wilma from the Flintstones and half Willy Wonka, and my son combined the two. He drew him up, and so it's like Wilma in a Willy Wonka costume or whatever. But they came after me for the logo, and
Nice.
I fought it.
Which Willy Wonka did you go with?
More the cartoony, the
The Roald Dahl one or?
yeah, I don't know. I'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try and ask a
No-
question
another
about
time.
business. Try to plug the.
Yeah, well, I don't know which Willy Wonka I went with. Which one he went with.
Not the Timothy Chalamet one coming out next year.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. See, you're too inside baseball for this podcast.
I hate that is like my
Yeah, but
least.
we were too out of it.
Yeah, we were too outside baseball earlier. So.
For the shooting reference, we didn't get.
You guys have to be like at least on the infield.
Dude,
That's
that
all
is
I'm
my
saying.
least favorite thing on every Bert Kreischer podcast. He's about to say something super interesting and helpful about stand-up. He's like, it's too inside baseball. We'll leave it out. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, I could have used whatever the fuck you were about to say.
Yeah, I do think it's really interesting because all the big guys always talk about like, oh, there's no one to teach you to do comedy. But I feel like whenever I was starting comedy, I watched so many podcasts that it
does somewhat teach you.
Yeah, it is kind of the like, oh, well, I got to go find a spot to start doing it. And
Right.
so you do kind of get to learn without, there's no class, like, unless you're an asshole. But
So I did it I started in Los Angeles, so I took classes because I was like, fuck it, whatever. Like, I just graduated college. It's like, that's how you learn things. So I was like, these are fucking useless, aren't they? So I stopped the classes, moved around a bunch, ended up in Florida. And one of the guys that took the class with me was down there in Florida doing the classes, and me and him got in a huge fight because I would he'd be like trying to sell them. I'd be like, don't do it. Because it ruins scene. Like Florida is like kind of growing as a scene, and it's got it's Fort Myers, Tampa, Orlando, Miami. Like you could get around. Ugh, too many Mickeys. And I was like, if you take this and put like this paywall in front of being a comic, then you're saying, hey guys, you have to pay $400 to learn. And then it makes the people who paid the $400 not want to teach.
Yeah.
Whereas like it should be beholden on us who have been in the business for a while to be like, here, you want help? I can help you. This is how I can help you. Like X, Y, and Z. This is what you're doing wrong on the stage. This is what you're doing right. Take that. Whereas now it's like, hey, can anyone help me? And they're like, yeah, go take this class. It's like, well, I don't have $400. I grew up in Florida. It's like, yeah, you are poor. You fucking piece of shit.
I'm poor and I want to be a comedian.
Yeah, like.
Which pays eventually, kind of.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I've been doing it 9 years. I'm not making a living at
But
it.
didn't you guys both get paid more before moving here?
Yeah.
In comedy?
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah.
But you moved here to get better at comedy?
Well, I made a lot more in New York.
Yeah.
And then,
But you paid a lot more in New York.
well, yeah, for like living and stuff. Yeah. And then, like, Florida, I barely made anything. Because they didn't give a fuck. Because they have all, like, the problem with Florida is they have a bunch of, like, 40, 50, 60-year-old guys who have been doing it forever and just have, like, it's their territory.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't headline any of my clubs. And it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So they don't really, like, build younger people. But they were starting to. So hopefully that continues.
Well, this is definitely a young person's crowd
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, almost every other person you meet just started. They're like,
comedy.
I moved here to be a comedian. You're like,
You're
all
right.
right. Fuck yeah, man. That's
Enjoy that ride.
Which is what LA was like when I was there. Was everybody was moving there to be an actor, or even a comedian sometimes there too. But it was mostly everybody's. I just moved here to be an actor. Just moved here to be an actor. So that's really what this is like. Is LA acting, but it's for comedy. You're gonna find out really quick though, because you're getting auditions every day in here.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out really quick if you have it or don't, and who's delusional, who's not. It's
Well, in like comedy out there, I always told people like be dragged to LA. Be like, I don't want to go. I'm set up here because once you're taken there, they'll hook you up. But if you're already there and at the same level, they don't give a fuck. They're like, we can find you whenever you're here. So it's kind of one of those.
Well,
which is the issue here.
Yeah.
You did you did that movie,
Yeah.
right? Were you trying to do acting?
Yeah, more.
Or just
yeah,
like
yeah.
one of those things that was like, I just need something to make money?
No, I was doing acting. It was just like, I knew the producers.
Oh,
So we were hanging out and like, they're like, yeah, we'll find something for you. And like a couple movies that didn't work out, and that movie it did. It is what it. Yeah. So it's like one of those.
Yeah, because I mean, I see a lot of people that, and of course it obviously isn't what you were doing, but there's so many people that are like, I want to be an actor. So
Yeah.
they're like, I'll be a comedian.
Right.
And maybe I'll become an actor. It's like, fuck you, stop.
No, I much rather wanted to be a comedian,
Yeah.
and like even now, I haven't paid SAG for 3 years or something. I've filmed a few auditions for stuff in Florida.
Yeah.
But they only do commercials out there, so that's like, do you want
okay.
10 grand for a day's work? I'm like, yes, I do. I'll take an hour out of my day to send you an audition to. But like movies and stuff, I don't audition for anymore. I'm like, it's not. I don't want $1,000 part that I have to fly out to New York for.
And like live there for 4 months. Yeah, so I started looking into doing some of the like voice acting stuff just as something to make money that isn't a regular 9-to-5 job because that shit is terrible. That's
Well,
why
nowadays you can have a microphone in your room and send shit in.
Yeah, so I started looking into that and I was like, oh, okay, this I can kind of like be like, oh, okay, it's just another way to make money while I'm trying to do comedy. It doesn't really fuck with the comedy thing.
No.
Yeah.
But you can there's definitely like a different mode of who's doing acting and who's doing stand-up.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to fuck around. Like, you could tell even just like hanging out with them. Yeah. Like, do you want to fuck around and just have fun? Or are you like, hey, maybe don't say that. And it's like, oh, you're an actor or you're a musician or whatever the fuck it is. Because you've got that like publicist brain. Yeah.
Yeah, you meet comics and you're like, maybe you shouldn't do heroin on camera. And they're like, why not?
Yeah, what?
And you're like,
didn't it make you laugh? You know when I started bleeding everywhere? That was hilarious. Yeah, everyone loved that I have to stick it in my toes so that you don't see marks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chad's like, heroin's not funny, you bastards.
Everything's funny.
Everything is funny, Chad.
Yeah.
You're using the guest cup today. Oh,
There's
fuck this too.
another one.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
ah,
God damn it, ChadO.
I was needing some ice, but now I'm out of ice.
Do you want a little more?
No, that's all right.
There's a good
Yeah.
chunk, a good chunky chunk. This is a metaphor for the Austin, Texas comedy scene. We're all globbed together, but some of us melt off and die.
Yeah.
The hand of
into the beer
tongues
bucket.
are Joe Rogan. The hand of God reaching in, and you are mine.
what
You are my new doorman. Yeah.
Chip it away. There's a Hans Kim under there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. What are you guys thinking about? Have you talked to Hans Kim in person?
I have seen him in passing and just like been what's up, but every time I see him, he's either getting harassed by like old guys that have just started doing comedy or like think if they talk to him it's gonna help, or he's with a gaggle of like hot blonde bitches, and I'm like, all right, I'll just.
Well, it's also one of those things like I'd much rather talk to the hot bomb.
Yeah, like, I want to talk to your girlfriend. Not you. But yeah, like I've just seen him a couple times, like, oh hey, like, but I don't know. I try not to be that guy that just like pesters people. I'm a big believer in like if
here's a debate.
If people like want you, they'll come get a hold of you. Like,
Sure.
I started doing my traveling show back home because I wasn't getting on the bigger shows I wanted to get onto.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll do my own shows, make my own money. Well, then by doing that, the guy that ran all the shows, who's a really good dude, it wasn't like he wasn't putting me on for any kind of reason. It was just there was a decent amount of comics.
Maybe it's because you weren't saying, "Hey, I'd like to be on one of your shows."
That is very true, but I started doing my traveling shows. I actually invited him out. He did one of my traveling shows, and he's like, "Hey, you're really funny. How about you come and do the big show in Columbia?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Sure.
But
I do think there's a level of like value for value.
Yeah.
Like if you are fucking if you're Cam Patterson who shows up and is just fucking on fire right away, it's like, yo, let me do your show. And they're like, obviously, you're going to make the show better.
Yeah, it's like, of course.
Whereas like, otherwise it's like, I got a little something for you.
Yeah.
If you hook me up, you hook me up.
Yeah.
If not, I do enjoy hanging out with you and having you on my show.
Yeah, so, and that's always kind of been my issue is like I don't want to sound like the needy bitch that's like, can I do the whatever thing? Like, so.
Well, we're both from the Midwest, and that shit doesn't fly. Like, be like, hey man, can I get on? Like,
yeah, and everyone's like, fuck you.
The next thing that happens is your mom slaps you in the face. You're like, why were you asking him something that's so inappropriate? I'm like,
why are you being a needy bitch?
I just wanted to work.
yeah, because I mean, like, whenever, because it was my co-host that hit you up about us doing the podcast and stuff, and I was like, yo, man, don't and then you're like, oh, yeah, sure, like, come by, these are our open stuff, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, sometimes you just gotta just hit people up and talk to them, and it's not that big of a deal, but just whatever is in my brain.
Well, because I'd rather, you come to me than I have to go looking for somebody. It's easier for me to schedule that.
Yeah.
So I do the same thing. I go, hey, if you have any spots open on these dates, I can do that. So you don't have to go reaching out looking for somebody. I'm available on these dates.
You hear that, comics? Reach out if you want to be on the podcast. We are very lazy.
Yeah. Well, it's just not lazy. It's just I know things going on.
Yeah.
Same thing, if I have people I reach out to, but I wasn't gonna reach out to him like this week or anything,
Yeah.
So it got you in there earlier. Then
And it is one of those things that whenever you're doing a show, it sucks hitting other people up because then you're like, will you come do my
Well, I just ran into that with Kate. I was talking to Owen. I was like, should I reach out to Casey? I was like, there's no way. He's probably got like 6 shows every night.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, man, I know you're probably busy. If you want to do 10 minutes. He was like, yeah, bro, I'll do it. I was like, fuck, god damn it.
Yeah.
Why was it so easy? Like, I was upset that it was like, that he wasn't like, oh, my manager will reach out to you and tell you like what I have in my writer and stuff. I was like, fucking piece of shit.
So I've had that response before, but that response was very rare.
Well, especially in comedy, it's very, very rare.
Well, so I was putting together that documentary, and I was trying to get just different actors telling their stories and whatnot, and I had a bunch of people, but like I can't remember her name, Danielle. She was in like Halloween 4. She's a little kid, and she's been in other movies, but I reached out to her because she was just local, and I've seen her around. And she's like, here's my manager's information. I'm like, fuck, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to. Yeah.
Well, it's like also if she was that young doing movies, she's been groomed to be like only go through us.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
like, no, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
like if you saw the movie Air about Michael Jordan signing with Nike, he's like, the worst thing you could do is make me irrelevant, and you going around my back makes me irrelevant. He's like, good, I like that. It's like, yeah, you should be. You suck. Because managers and agents do suck.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna be irrelevant in comedy.
Well, it's funny to me, like, because I have friends at like big like CAA and stuff that are, they're in it, but they're not big names yet. And I was like, yo, why don't you come out here and just pick up? You have so many talented people. Just grab them and be like, I had these guys. Here's their tapes. Joe Rogan and Tom Segura, and these guys love them.
Yeah.
So they got something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then just do whatever. Like, you're telling me you can't get some of these guys on Saturday Night Live? You're telling me as writers, performer, whatever? You're telling me, like, bullshit. Like,
Yeah, but it's just that system is so
broken.
Yeah, it's so fucked, and I think so few comics want anything to do with it.
Right.
Because I mean, like, I know I've always said anything that's gonna pay me, I'll do immediately.
Right.
Like I'm not too proud to be like, oh no, blah blah blah. But at the same time, you're like, man, if you get tied up in all that shit, then you go and you tell a joke somewhere, and then you lose the job that you were.
Well, how long have you been out here?
I've only been out here like 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so you never met Casey Sharma, did you? Small
No, I know.
Indonesian?
I recognize the name, but I do.
So she got pulled on SNL.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, awesome. But now they're on strike. So it's like, so now she's living in New York
Yeah.
without that SNL paycheck. And it's like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Those last 3-4 shows that they canceled could cover 6 months,
Yeah. But there's so many like just writing ethic. There's so many writers comics that don't have writing ethic to begin with. And doing a show like that, you have to be writing
have to write
all
all
the
the time.
fucking time. Like I do like the tag writing and the Tuesday thing, the challenge mic. You can see that these guys, the people that don't do the work, that don't write the stuff every week, who don't put in, that time.
Well, also, it's like, how old are you?
24.
Okay, how long have you been doing comedy? 24? What the fuck have you done with your life? Spent a lot of time in the sun? Jesus Christ, bro. I thought you were my age.
We both
Holy
shout out 24-year-old.
Well, I was
You go on Tinder, they're all like, bullshit!
I was a heavy duty semi mechanic for
24 years.
That shit.
Yeah.
From age 7.
Yeah, it's from like 18 until I was like 22, I think is whenever I quit doing that full time. And that shit was just brutal.
Okay.
You're just covered in
Yeah, I'm sure
dirt and
oil
grease
and
shit
shit,
all
yeah.
the time, and your body.
Not great for the skin.
Yeah, and like you're
No
just
amount of
hurt.
goop is helping that.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. You just you're dirty all the time. It's
Well, and
just-
when did you start comedy?
I started comedy in 2019.
So,
four,
4 so when you were 20?
Yeah, I started.
So even that, so like you have the thing SNL keeps trying to get people like right out of college to come write for them that did the Lampoon or something, and it's like, yeah, but like if you get a 30-year-old, we have that started at like 20. They have 10 years of bits.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I can work this in, I can work that. So that's one of those like writing ethic things. It's like, yes, you need that. But you also, some is experience. Like, what experiences has a 20-year-old?
You have to have
They're
some
going to be like, oh, I got another frat boy college sketch I wrote. It's like, great, Kevin, like, enough.
That might be also they want those young college kids because they work hard.
Because
there's
they're
a
cheap
workload.
and they work hard.
There's a workload for
and
Harvard.
they could stay up till 5 in the morning every day.
And also, I think that SNL is very much so geared for like 16 to 30
Right.
year olds.
No.
So you get somebody who's like a seasoned comic that has like some real thought-provoking bits that you'd go in somewhere like that and they'd be
Well, like, could you imagine Keith writing for him? It's like, oh, and then they all die of a heroin overdose. He's like, what the fuck, Keith, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, that's what life's like. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so they kind of want the still like goofy. Because I mean, I don't know. I was never a huge fan of SNL personally. Like I would enjoy it, but I was always like, it's kind of just.
Well, also, you grew up at a rough time.
Yeah, whenever I was like
Watching,
in
it's
high
rough.
School, yeah,
Yeah.
Whenever I was in high school at SNL, it was shit.
Yeah.
Like they'd kind of already jumped the shark and got to the point where all the people that were there, like there's a couple people that are still really funny.
That are awesome, but
yeah, but so
like it was probably even after Andy Samberg was probably not even really on, right?
no, yeah, I think
it was after
I think by
him?
the time I was really like trying to watch, and then it got so hyper political.
Yeah.
And I got
Yeah,
turned
because
off
you
by
hit the
all
Trump
of it.
years then.
Yeah, like the second like Trump got elected, I was like, oh, this could be great as a comic.
Right.
Because it's super, and then it was like, oh yeah.
And then Shane
everyone-
Gillis got fired.
Yeah,
day one. You're
yeah,
like,
it's like everyone had that thought, and so many networks were like, this is the only material we're gonna have for 4 years.
well, they're all in the same building. All those networks only running that material are all at Rockefeller.
Yeah.
They're just on different floors. And then they send notes out to Jimmy Kimmel in LA.
Yeah,
They're like, hey, you didn't, that wasn't good. Let's redo that.
Yeah. Sure. Why are you guys looking at me?
I turned to the writer in the room. Maybe he has some insight. Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, sure.
we're just shitting on writers and we're calling them uncreative though.
Oh, so here's
Fucking douchebags.
here's something I wanted to bring up earlier. That like,
I've posted something new.
I want to see
every
that.
week.
I want to. I'll read it.
Well, no, I posted. So I've been posting writing from books, scripts, all sorts of stuff. I post something new every day on Substack now. So we'll see if anybody's
Substack?
subscribing. Yeah, subscribe to that Substack if anybody's watching that. Nope, nobody's watching.
Is it? God damn you, Chad. So here's the thing about Hans that I think is so weird because
Okay.
we've all been in the green rooms before, and like at like Secret Show and stuff, he's always got a girl that he's just fucking like thumb up the ass, fucking making out with, and I'm like, why do these older guys enjoy having this in the green room?
Yeah.
That's my only question about
Yeah.
it. Because I would be like, yeah, you're hilarious, but like, can you leave the whores at home for
Yeah.
one night?
So in Tony's green room when I was in there, he didn't have any girls. He was on his phone though, playing games though.
That's
So,
even weirder.
yeah. So it was.
A little bit of autism's good though. You gotta have the spectrum guy around.
Well, like David Lucas was super nice, talked to us all, and was like, "Here's some advice if anyone wants it." And like, whenever someone was being weird, he's like, "Dude, you're fucking weird. Shut the fuck up." He's like, "I'm just a comic. I'm not like Joe Rogan. I'm not Ron White. I'm just like a dude fucking grinding right now." Like,
Yeah, he's pretty.
and then
cool.
he kicked a bitch out the show, which was awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. He made her cry, and then he's like, "All right, I'm done with her." But he went up, and like they were about to kick her out, and he was like, "Don't kick her." Like before he went out, he was like, "Don't kick her out. I'm up next. I'm gonna have fun with it."
Yeah.
But like after like a minute, they're like, "All right, this bitch has to go." He was like, "No, just wait." And then she stared crying and whipping her tits out, and he was like, "And this is good. This is when you can get her out of here." Don't forget to tip your bartender on the way out, fucking bitch.
Now we've expanded the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everything we get out of it. Yeah.
I've dug for gold on this whore. We're good. Get her out of here.
It was that on Secret Show like a.
That was on Liddy Titty Tuesday's Gong
okay.
Show,
Awesome.
The Gong Show. So
which I recommend.
You run it?
All you have to do is send the girl a tape, and she'll. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
she was dumb enough to put me on. She'll put anyone on.
You didn't even get gonged.
I did not get gonged. I feel like they were upset I didn't get gonged. Like,
I'm kind of
they
upset
do
you
an
didn't get
interview
gonged.
after.
I'm like,
yeah,
why?
Owen's very upset. I think.
How did you? I just wonder how you did well this time. That's why I don't understand.
No, like her first thing was like, "Oh, really mixed reviews, not very good." And then Dean was like, "I thought it was fucking funny." I was like, "All right, there we go."
Nice. That's what you want.
Yeah, it's like I want the croc-wearing mullet man to enjoy my comedy. That's who I write for.
Did you send it on email?
No. I hit her up. I think I just went to Liddy Titty Tuesday. She posts every Tuesday on Creek in the Cave, and was just like, "Yo, can I send you a tape?" She asks for it every like 3 months. She's like, "Anyone sending tapes?" I guess it's like when she's
Oh, nice.
doing the
Like
next like
booking?
3-4 months. Yeah, and then like You just send her a tape.
Nice. Good job, man.
I don't even think I sent her a great tape. I think it
I,
was like,
I guarantee it wasn't great. I just
very, very encouraging. Right? A lot different than last week when what's his face was being so nice to you.
no, he wasn't. No, he was telling me don't step over my boundaries and stuff, and then he tried making it up to me. Remember,
What?
he said don't apply for shows and stuff because I'm too new.
I was.
Wait,
That's what I think of
all
fun.
the podcast?
That's all you remember from
No, I'm
it,
just fucking.
dude. I saw him later that night. He was like, "You were wasted." I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's not good." I had Burger King. They almost kicked me out. You know how fucking drunk you have to be to get kicked out of a Burger King in Texas?
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't even waving a gun around. What the fuck?
And now you're like, I need a ride home on podcast
Any of you
days.
guys, please do.
We can't.
But
we
no,
can't.
she took a job.
Where at?
She works at Trulux right now.
Oh, cool.
So that she hasn't like figured out availability with them. So she's like, I need the car. I was like, you fucking whore. I was like, I don't want to spend $20 on her Ubering there and back.
What's Trulux? Is that another?
It's like a high-end steakhouse.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
That's why I don't know about it.
Yeah, I can't say no to her right now. She's making a
Yeah.
lot of money compared
good.
to me at the pizza parlor.
Well, I'm gonna talk to you about something after the show. I got an
Murder for
opportunity.
hire.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good for the listeners.
a little ASMR.
That's all like the
It's a compulsive thing I have to do.
water.
Right into the
Yeah.
mic.
It was underneath.
Thank God I took this job from Derek Dimple. I feel so good.
He had the idea first, you know.
Of what?
So I'm just being co-host. And the one time he had an idea first, is all I'm
And
saying.
you're like, all right, Derek, you're in.
No, I asked him. He was the only one that would hang out with me after the shows, The Creek in the Cave.
Well, after you got in that big fight, you were toxic.
I was, yeah. It's funny, you were there for that. You disappeared after that.
I just sat there quietly. I was
You're like, I don't
I'm
need
kind of
this
on his
guy.
side, but I don't know. It's like everyone that gives me alcohol here for free is on her side, so I'm just gonna shut my fucking
Oh,
mouth.
that's what it takes to get you. Yeah.
Couple beers and you have this loyalty.
I said
right?
like one thing. I was like, well, like we shouldn't try to keep people from doing comedy, and then like everyone just kept yelling. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
Well, that's kind of like how Scott was. Like, don't do this. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Now you categorize yourself.
Well, it's
that's
like,
why I do that.
I kind of get it on the same side. Like, I posted last week. I was like, looking for people to do this show because I'm hoping to like run it a couple a month.
Yeah.
And so like if people send me tapes, and I know like it's also good just be like I forget people. There's 100 comics I hang out with all the time. So it's like send me a tape, and like 3 people reached out to send me a tape. I was like, well, if like I'm not overly getting like bombarded with tapes, so I was
didn't
like,
see that.
yeah, well, read for it. Also, you know me, so you don't have to send a tape.
We'll see. There you go.
That was the funny thing too, is it was all like people that are like tight with me. I was like, yeah, obviously you're on my list. Yeah.
That's who the algorithm shows you, though. That's who you've seen your post. Is people
Right.
that you know every day.
That
That's
you
the
know.
fucked up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask ATX to throw it on because I know that helps.
Yeah.
But at this point, it doesn't make sense until I get the okay from Roscoe's that we're doing it every month or twice a month or whatever.
What night are you doing a show over there?
I got one May 31st on Wednesday. I've got a pretty solid fucking lineup.
Hell yeah.
So I'm hoping they're like, oh, this guy can fucking put on show. Like people come out for his shows.
Yeah.
But it's like East Coast versus West Coast.
Okay.
And so it's like, how it's supposed to go is you're supposed to have 6 comics do an East Coast night, 6 comics do a West Coast night, and then people vote on the top 3 for each, and then those top 3 compete against each other.
Okay.
So then it's like, it's good for the audience wants to watch and shit like that. But they were like, we'll give you one night. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to pretend like it's championship round and fucking choose some fucking people.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Just
Yeah.
like it's the last night of it.
Well, and she was like I sent them like the little descriptor, and I was like, final round of East Coast versus West Coast. And she was like, oh, where'd you do the other rounds? I was like, I did. It's just to sell fucking tickets. Don't worry about it.
Just let everyone think that they missed a whole event.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and then they're special because they're at the big
The finals,
you know,
the big
and they
one,
think
yeah.
everyone here is really good because
Everyone
other people
won
got
all
voted
the
out.
shows.
Yeah.
So that really helps in your advantage, actually.
Yeah.
do
So
that.
I'm hoping we get enough people there that I can do 3 times a week or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
And really fucking pump it
The
up.
final round 3 times a month.
Yeah.
So
Welcome back to the finals. That was something I did in New York, and it worked really well, and it got people, like, it was the easy barking thing in New York, because you'd be like, oh, what borough are you from? And they'd be like, Brooklyn. And be like, oh, Brooklyn's going against Staten Island this week. You want to fucking vote for Brooklyn, or you gonna let Staten Island show you who's funnier? And he's like, I'm fucking coming. How much are tickets? I'm in. Let me in. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one nice thing about New York is like there's so many. If you just stand on the corner, there's so many people walk past you. Whereas like here, it's like you kind of got to go find them.
Yeah.
They're
Well, and where a lot of the shows in New York, I've heard a lot of them where you have to like pay for stage time.
yeah.
Is that still as common? Or?
So we kind of touched on that with challenge or with the Sandjack throwing people out. Like it's a good and the bad because in New York, 95% of the comics drink, so they're gonna have a beer.
Yeah.
So it's usually like it's like $5 or a beer for stage time. So it's like, all right, I was gonna buy the beer anyways.
Yeah.
I'll buy the beer, tip the guy, and that gets me my stage time. But the real nice thing is like you can't have assholes at the bar then. Is like because now I'm a paying customer. Whereas like if it's like Sandjack where there's just someone's drinking and a show randomly pops up, it's like, yeah, bro, get the fuck out of here. And then like the bartender really should be like, he's my paying customer. You guys are just
this is
fuckheads.
just ambush comedy.
Yeah. So it's like kind of nice to be like, I have 30 paying customers against this one, and he won't shut the fuck up. And like coming from us, it doesn't mean something. But when the bartender goes over and it's like, hey man, like either laugh or don't, and just enjoy your drink, or you're gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
And then the bar, like usually they become good patrons. Then they're like, all right, and they just enjoy the show, and it's usually pretty good. So yeah, there's pluses and minuses, but
Yeah, I know that Anderson Mill, that place is just an insane asylum.
yeah,
Like Cody, the guy I do the podcast with, he really likes going up there, so I've been going up there with him. And like last Tuesday or whenever they do it, there was just a group of like angry guys that got off work and are just trying to get hammered, and they're just like screaming shit. I'm like, the fuck are you guys still doing here?
right.
Like we're 2 hours in.
That was the first
comedy.
one I actually go, I'm not going to do this one tonight. I was like, I had my stuff all set up. I was like, I brought my son. I'm like, hey, we're going to hang out. We'll have a beer. I'll go do this. Because it's usually me and then Alden. We usually close up the night. And I'm like, you know what? Nah. I'm not even feeling it tonight. I just did Salvation Pizza, and now I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's one of those too. It's like me and like 4 guys almost got in a fight the only time I've done it, and then he changed the name because it got so bad that he's like, I'm gonna stop. Like, it's one of those things like too. Like comics have to realize it's like don't advertise that it's a tough mic because then the people listening are like, oh, we're gonna fuck them over. It's like, don't fucking say like.
I don't really get the whole leaning into this being like, this is a shitty room.
Right.
Like, you should want every room to be like, oh, this is a great place for comedy, because that's what you're coming here to do. And the host is cool. I'm not trying to like talk shit or anything like that.
He's building a podcast, Mike.
Yeah, say like
he's a good guy.
He's a cool guy. Like I'm not trying to shit on him or anything, but it's one of those things. Like I went up there and they were just like some dude just be fucking funny, and I'm like, how about you shut the fuck up?
Right.
Like I just got here. What are you doing?
No, I used to.
He's like, I just got work. I'm having a beer, and you're on stage telling me to shut the fuck up. It's a tough dynamic.
Yeah.
Well, but like also when I get off work and want to have a beer, there's games on. I'll watch I can turn my ear Any man who's married or has a girlfriend knows they can just turn their fucking ears off and be like,
what? Cool.
Like it's not. No, but like what's it called? I used to run a show in New York that like is now like famously known as like a tough room. Mm-hmm. It's like it wasn't. It wasn't. Andrew Scholes and his like guys always talk about like when they were starting, they always went there, and it's like it's not easy, but it wasn't like overtly hard. It's like sometimes you look back with the opposite of rose-colored glasses. It's like there were these rooms that were so easy and so nice, and then there was this room that kind of fucking sucked, and it was like, I get it. But it's like when you're bragging about something, you kind of want to be like, I got through this really tough room. And it's like, was it that tough or was it just,
And my thing is like, to me, if somebody says, oh, this is a tough room, that should just mean like, you got to actually be funny. Like people are giving away laughs. Like I respect that. Like you don't want to go to a show where everyone's just like, everything is hilarious. Like that.
Well, that'll take you off your pacing too. When they're laughing all the time, you're like, this is the premise, guys. What the fuck are you talking like? I haven't even said a funny thing yet.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I like to think of tough rooms as like, oh, you gotta really earn your laugh. Like whenever I did Mothership, I got on there. The host of it was just like, don't laugh at shit that ain't funny, because that's a sin to comedy. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's my idea. Like, that's what a tough room should be viewed as. Like,
but it's also, is that necessary? Just shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they also leave the house lights on during the open mic, which is like, you're already being kind of cunty to us. Like, just.
What position were you on that one?
I was the second person. So I did like a half room in the Little Boy, which was still nice. Like, everyone was still very attentive, and I kind of got lucky because the girl that went before me ate a massive bag of dicks and bombed.
So you could be like, this dumb bitch.
So whenever I went up, I got laughs. I was like, okay, I earned all of those.
Right.
Like, it wasn't just like, oh, okay. Like, I felt good about the laughs I got. And then I got told by a guy who was like 5 or 6 in the lineup. He's like, once all the people standing outside waiting for the tickets, the room filled up from there. Because I'd heard a lot of people being like, oh, well, the open.
Well, that's hard too, is people are being sat still.
Yeah.
Well, I think the people are starting to learn that, like, the open mics for this hour and then the show that they actually want to see after that. So they're like, all right.
Yeah, we can show up 15 later.
Yeah.
So I did it on the Pecan Festival. And that one was busy. They actually had an actual crowd. Well, that's what was going on downtown.
I know.
But it actually had a big audience in there at that time. But the same host bullshit.
Ain't everyone outside eating pecans? They came in.
There was. I had a corn dog.
I don't think I saw a single pecan being sold. I looked around. I didn't see any.
Yeah, there's
I do love that Texas has some festival every weekend
just horse
in
shit.
some town. It's like, this is the kite festival.
But Eeyore's festival.
Gotta be careful with that one. Gotta be careful with that word. There was a T that wasn't a K, guys.
But they had Eeyore's birthday celebrated recently. That was a big festival they had.
I had a guy who
a lot of titties on that festival apparently.
What?
Yeah.
No one texts me.
Yeah.
I guess I have no
apparently
friends.
you go topless for Eeyore's birthday. That's a thing. Yeah.
I don't know why everyone in Winnie the Pooh doesn't wear pants.
Well, you think about what Eeyore looks like. He's just all depressed and droopy. So it's
like old lady tits.
This all just there's all titties just out and droopy, depressed.
No, this guy
Eeyore. Like, that's what you just think Eeyore when you see those titties is all depressed.
I don't know. I see titties out and I get happy. So
but you think about who's somebody.
He just goes, when I see titties, the first thing I think of is, hey, Pooh. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, I had a guy who was like, oh, we're waiting on a few of our friends. And I was
we're just going to blur, but you had a guy. But okay.
At a table. At a table. He's like, I'm waiting for a few of my friends. I was like, oh, where are they at? And he's like, he couldn't pronounce Eeyore. He's like, Eeyore's birthday. I was like, I don't know what okay. He's like, yeah, anytime I tell someone about it, they don't know what I'm talking about. And then one of the girls came in and was like, oh my God, it was so fun. They had all the statues and stuff. And he was like, this guy doesn't know what I'm talking about. I was like, were you saying Eeyore? And he's like, yeah. I was like, homie, record yourself saying it and then like hear how everyone else says it and be like, oh, that's why no one gets what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah, you're just saying, you're making your own words.
Yeah, you're making it up.
That's me on stage. That's how I play that shit back. I'm like, what the fuck? I wonder how people listen to this. Yeah.
Speaking of like earning your own laughs though, this week at Challenge Mike, it was like packed with people playing pool. And I was like, I don't get how this room, it's the most full it's ever been. And when you're on stage, it feels like the least full. It feels like there's a vacuum of people not paying attention.
Because they're all
sucking out all the energy and all that. And you're like, I'll just go and I'll see what I got. Probably not much.
Do you want to hear about my trauma?
Yeah.
I don't know. You did okay at Challenge Mike this week. You were there this week too, right?
Yeah, it was. I was there. I wasn't there this week. I was there.
The week before.
The week before.
Okay.
I think Challenge Mike is a fun.
It's a fun thing.
I like that kind of stuff.
It'd be nice if it was like closer and the bartenders knew what the Mets Blue was.
Maggie's little.
Social media is fake.
That's the host is with the most.
Yeah, because she was from California, right?
Yeah, she's been everywhere. She's originally like Minnesota, Michigan, something with an M.
Yeah. I definitely know she started in California.
Yeah.
Because we had a long talk about that.
Yeah. She's doing a music video here too. I mean, she produces stuff. She makes stuff happen. Yeah. She's out in New York right now touring.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What, do you know what parts or?
I know she's posting about it, but I wasn't paying attention.
All right, everyone, go follow Maggie Mayfield on Instagram so you can find out what the fuck we're talking about.
Because I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Because we're not good at this job.
Yeah, we're trying. We got two people watching live right now.
Fuck yeah.
This
I hope you're both
is
black. I like minorities.
This podcast is a lot of like inside references.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Well, but
but it does. I like it. And it very draws in anyone who's in Austin, like doing comedy.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, that's a cool thing. They're literally just talking about like all the Austin shit.
Yeah.
Like, so it's cool to be like, oh, I wasn't at that one. Like, what happened at that mic?
Right.
What chaos happened? Like.
Well, it's like, because I have people from all LA, Chicago, New York, Florida. They're like, oh, this is what Austin's like? I'm like, yeah, bro, it's not. I'm like, oh, I should come out. I was like, yeah, like I said. I said a year ago when I came out. Yeah. Like, oh, it seems awesome. I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah.
I have friends.
You won't get paid, but it's really cool.
Yeah. I have friends that are still in Missouri. They're like, I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. I'm like, what's holding you?
Yeah.
up?
What is your decision?
Making money?
It's like it's not gonna get any better there.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
If this is really what you want to do at some point,
come
and
here.
Nothing else,
Yeah.
then yeah. Like, you have to hustle for a while.
I think you can take this experience, though, and take it somewhere else and get paid crazy.
Yeah, if I stayed in Florida, eventually I'd be featuring and stuff.
Well, you take this and go to Tampa, and do good, or, someplace, what's that? Where do my parents live? Sarasota? Is that a place?
Yes, Sarasota. But
Yeah.
you still have to drive 5 hours to Sarasota to do 4 shows. And
Wait,
that's
did
a
you
fact,
just
but-
have to answer where his parents live?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's a lot of the podcast.
It's a town. It's a town in Florida. He knows.
It's like, who's more cognitively in it, the drunk or the stoner?
Who's what?
Yep, exactly. He's driving me back to the city after this. Can't wait.
We'll drive really slow. We'll be really aware.
I was hammered and he was behind me last week, and I was like, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm driving like shit.
Stop texting me while you're drunk and driving. First off.
Yeah, it didn't help.
He's working on the texting part. Not the drunk driver. No concern.
It's like you ran over 3 kids, but
Just don't
I'm
text.
getting
Just
where I'm
get
going.
home. That's all I'm saying.
I had to get to Burger King first.
Yeah, that's what I'm really wasting. I got to get to Burger King first. That's
key.
yeah.
This is sponsored by Burger King.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the cake.
And Four Loco.
Yeah. I don't think Four Loko needs a sponsor. If anyone they should sponsor. I think it's crazy that beer companies get to sponsor NASCARs.
Who was the comic that had the Four Loco name?
Stop.
There was a comic that actually has Four Loco, the actual name.
That shit I can't stand.
Yeah.
I cannot stand like people with like Wonder Bar. And it's like, why is that name on the list?
Yeah.
And then one of my buddies he's like a friend of a friend who just moved here. I was like, this name fucking sucks. And he's like, me? And I was like, yeah, bro. He's like, that's my real name. I was like,
I was making fun of that guy too. I kept calling him like the knockoff Dean Stanfield and shit.
yeah. I was like,
He's such an easy target. Yeah. And Connor's like, hey, let me introduce you to my friend.
No, you sent me the list, and we were at Coyote Ugly. So I was like, Trevor Blue, what a stupid fucking stage name. He's like, that's my real name. I was like, want a shot? He's like, I have to go do the mothership now.
Congratulations.
Like, all right, have a good show.
His first day in town, he got on there.
Yeah,
nice.
I think it was the second time signing up.
Nice. It works.
That's what we got. We got to just move out for a month and then move back.
Yeah.
And that's how you get on.
And then people are like, who the fuck is Leboza? They start making fun of your name and shit. Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think that's how it is now. Nobody knows who the fuck you are, right? That's, yeah.
the alcoholic.
Yeah.
I think if I threw up on the podcast, that would be
I think it's going to happen eventually.
extra. Yeah. One day we'll have the podcast will line up with St. Patrick's Day, and then we'll just I think St. Patrick's Day is on a Sunday next year.
You already got mapped out.
Well, it's the day before my wedding.
It's on his calendar. Why is your wedding the day before?
Or the day after my wedding. My wedding's that Saturday.
Okay, that makes more sense. If your wedding was the day after St. Patrick's Day, it's
no one's
not
showing
going to
up.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not gonna make it.
No, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna be married for a day, and then I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah.
All he heard in that whole thing was like, "Fuck, I gotta find someone to co-host that week."
I was trying
He
to
wasn't
say,
like, "Oh, congratulations on that." Or like, "Oh, St. Pat." He was like, "Gotta find a fucking co-host."
who do we have that week that I can pull out?
Gotta bring Derek back.
Oh, I just don't think you should get married. Dude. That's a dumb fucking mistake. What are you doing?
Have you been married for so long?
He just
with
met
kids?
my fiance today. He's
Oh, wow.
she's fucking idiot.
Well, she's a very nice person. I'm just saying, don't fucking do it. Is all I'm saying. Just why? Just,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
Marriage advice by ATX Comedy Review.
Hey, no, see, I'll
We switched to Dr. Phil very quick.
yeah. See, I'll I think it's important as a comic to have somebody at home that is like supportive and stuff.
Well, you get your
because
mom at 24, right? Still.
She's alive. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if that was the question.
Because when you said that you came to the Creek of the Cave with your parents, I assume you all live together.
Oh no! This was like 6 months ago whenever we were visiting. Yeah. No, I don't know. I think that it's important to have that like relationship because I think as a dude you're always trying to find pussy. So if you already have that handled and worked out,
You're so wrong.
Your wife is gonna be so happy
so
that she's calling it handle. You got my pussy handled? Is that what you're saying?
You're not getting this for at least 6 months at a time now. That's yeah.
well, that's why divorce is a thing. So.
That's why side chicks.
If you list
I showed her Sopranos. I was like, she's my guma. It doesn't count.
if you list no pussy as a reason for the divorce, it will not go in your favor. Just so you know.
Oh, that's fine. I don't want anything. I don't have anything now. I'm a comedian. What are they?
Yeah, where are they gonna take me?
What are they gonna
The
say?
pussy
My
for
pride?
one.
Yeah. I've lost that years ago.
Yeah.
That is the funny thing about like the asking people for like stage time. It's like we are so egotistical that we'll get on stage and talk for 20 minutes about our opinions and be like, you all have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But then we're like, I don't feel good about asking.
I don't want to make somebody think that I just deserve a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wants to know that I want to work?
Right.
You know,
I do think it's insane that you have to. I agree with it's insane that people are like, oh, I saw this guy, it's funny, mental note. Yeah. Like if you run because then your job is also did you just put on the screen?
Stop looking at my shit.
Did you just put on a girl's eyes bleeding, bro? You're gonna get fucking knocked for that.
That's you talking. That's what.
Your job is a producer, so it's like the fact that you don't want to like take notes to make your show better is insane.
Yeah. Well, because that was one of the things whenever I was doing my own traveling shows, I would just go to all the mics that we had in the area, and I just eventually I want them on but then people start hitting you up and they're when can I get on? It's like I don't know, bro, I haven't seen you be funny yet. I'm sorry, and that sucks to have that conversation. Whenever somebody's like, I'm 6 months in, I think I'm really good. It's like, well, you're really good compared to where you started.
Yeah.
But and then there's always the
it's one of those like I'll keep you in mind, but like get back to me in a few months. I'm always like, yo man, I'm an alcoholic. Get back to me in like 5 months with a new tape, and I'll try to get you on.
Yeah. Say that was what did suck. That was such a small scene.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like we all just sat around and hung out.
Yeah. If there's like 20 people, it's like.
Yeah. So they'd just be like,
Hey man, you still haven't. The last year you've been pushing me away. And then you're like, fuck it, fine. You can open this.
But what was wild was that we had a guy that started. And he was super, super new, but he was really good, really fast. So I started putting him on shows.
In front of other people?
And they'd be like, he just started doing comedy. I thought you said it took some time. And I'm like, it didn't take him as much time. It didn't take him as much time as it did me to be fun.
Right.
And then that sucks. But
well, some people have it. You're not gonna hold back like a starter baseball player because it's his first year.
Yeah.
Why did you choose baseball? I know you don't watch any sports. I would love to know why you're like baseball.
Because they start the first batters, right? I don't know.
There's a lineup. There's a lineup in comedy. There's a lineup in baseball. That's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Zach, how are you not following this? You fucking retarded.
Usually the worst batters go up.
All right, guys. That's my first slur. We're close to ending the podcast.
Let me just explain baseball to you first, okay?
Please explain baseball to me.
Usually the worst batters go last, and usually the best ones go first. You get your power hitters up front, so the worst ones can just walk over.
Well, your best batter goes third.
Okay, yeah.
Third and fourth are your best batters.
Yeah, still. You get your opener.
Your first batter is someone who could get on base.
Yeah.
Or usually someone fast.
You're good runners. Yeah. The good people that have been out there doing it.
This is literally inside baseball.
if you have a natural
Not
comment.
to get into inside baseball, but here's how a lineup works.
If you have a natural
for the
comment.
last 200 years.
Yeah. No, I think you guys got it.
Please comment, guys, if the metaphor played. Let us know.
I'm really this metaphor comedy right now. It's really working for me. Yeah.
Here we go. This is for all the. You don't have a drop for like prepare your ears for a lot of crinkly.
Yeah, I got it right here for you.
All right, I'm going.
I like that.
Oh my god, I don't care!
There you go.
We don't get flagged by them. Always Sunny doesn't care.
No, it's not a song. They don't own it's not an
because
album.
It's lyrics.
Yeah, Sandler put out that album under Warner Brothers. You can buy that song.
That's fucking wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
You put it out under Warner Brothers?
I'm sure.
Fatality.
All his contracts are with Sony.
I don't know. Fuck, you know all this shit.
Sorry, I know the guy who directed Murder Mystery 2. You don't have something for when I name drop? I think I'd like that. Just a fuck you, Zach. You should just make your own.
I will.
Fuck you, Zach. I'm like, fuck yeah. Because you're too lazy to say it. You're like, I'm too high to say fuck you right now, so I'm going to let sober
You,
Chad
sir, are officially an Uber driver.
fucking burn me there.
There you
Way
go.
to just shit on all Austin comedians at once.
Like, fucking that's what I do.
That's my job.
That's my job.
I thought you got fired.
No, I told you the Andrew Sheets thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Once you get fired as an Uber driver.
Because I said it at Salvation Pizza again too. I brought it back up. Well,
Wait, so you spent 2 minutes talking shit on the servers there, and then a minute talking shit about
comics. Yeah.
Nice.
So-
I respect this.
but you get-
This is how you build your
But you
career.
get 5 minutes, so I started a 2-minute bit in the middle.
No, see, I like this. I like just burn it down.
Yeah.
Bill Burr in Boston.
Yeah.
What was happening?
I'm not going to cater to bullshit comics just because they think they're better than me. Fuck you, right? No.
Agreed.
Fuck these pussies.
Which
You
is
heard
the
it
whole
here.
point of Banana Bike.
Just,
You can't let Banana Phone get too real, you know.
That's what I did, and I got yelled at.
Yeah, they wanted to want to take it home with them if you let it get too real, you know. You gotta get light, you know. Whatever.
Keep it light. Keep it light. Just talk about how they have
Bullshit.
diabetes.
But
Parents don't love
on the
it.
podcast, I can say you're a fucking faggot for bringing up no.
Or you could see them in the street and yell at them that they're a chupa pussy.
A chupa pussy. I didn't even get the chupa part right. I got that wrong too. So I might have a couple beefs with some comics. It might
I
be
like
a thing.
One year in, he's got 5 beefs brewing.
Well, the first one started the first day I started comedy, right? Like it was like the day one of comedy. So that.
I mean, at least that was a good choice. I agree with that beef.
Yeah, it was Amy Shanker.
Well, now that you said her name, I look like an asshole. I thought we were keeping it
Well,
on the
he
QT.
doesn't know the beef.
It's fine. He can live in
I want to make sure that him and all the
We could have waited till the end
all
and
of
you'd
our
be like,
viewers
who you
know.
got a beef with? And you'd be like, Amy. And it's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
No. I
it was
want to make
Amy
sure.
Schumer.
Yeah, people know who that is. Nobody knows who the fuck I'm talking about.
I love this so much.
I'm going to go to the creek tonight and they'll be like, no. I'm like, why? They're like, we saw it. We saw it. Fucking-
But I'll be back there just like no.
So I have like a bit about girls with blue hair, and I was like, the person who runs and books the creek has blue hair.
Yeah.
I should never do these ever.
Just change it to red hair.
I don't think it'll help. I think if the point is dyed hair, it's
Yeah.
not
But also,
That's
how
right.
do you have dyed hair and not understand that like you're
a target.
a
for
target because so many people that look like you are a cunt.
Right.
Like I understand the way I look. Like I wear cowboy boots, and I understand people are gonna be like, "We're gonna make racist jokes about you,"
Right.
because that's how you look. I get it. You
Yeah.
gotta just accept.
No, like when people offer me $1 on the street, I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I do look homeless.
You're like, I
All
needed that. You're
it's
right.
good.
Yeah.
I'll tip it to my bartender.
Yeah. Whenever people assume I just have chewing tobacco to give them, I say you're right. Like,
There's so many people that know I don't smoke or do Zyn. And
Yeah.
they're like, you guys in? I'm like, bro, this is like the 9th time you've asked me. Still no.
It's so crazy that people ask for name brands now. It used to be
Yeah.
you have a dip. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you got Copenhagen,
Pouch,
or
you
you got
got
what?
something.
But
Yeah.
it used to be like, what brand do you have after they would ask for it? Now it's asking
Well,
for a
with these
specific
things-
thing.
They're like, oh, can I get a hit? And you're like, yeah. And it's like, no.
Oh, these, yeah.
It's, what flavor you got? And you're like, Arctic Blue. I don't
this
know.
is
I'm
weed,
just doing
though.
Gatorade flavors.
yeah.
And they're like, I prefer watermelon. I'm good. And you're like,
Yeah,
look, you're not a real addict.
Yeah.
This is a 5-gram weed though. This is the good shit.
Well, it'd be like if you saw someone drinking like Pinnacle watermelon, you'd be like,
Why?
you're not a real alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's Smirnoff. Smirnoff's the vodka of alcoholics.
See, but I don't. Just the whole vaping thing and people being so overly comfortable with being like
Doing it, yeah.
Give me yours. Like that's a weird thing to me.
Let me try that one. Yeah, they switch back and forth and
Yeah,
shit.
where like there's just a bunch of like you've never met somebody,
Well, it's
and
also-
they're like, "Can I hit that?" And you're like, "I don't know you."
Like, I see kids be like, yo, I got apple cinnamon, you got watermelon, you want to switch and try it? I'm like, you're doing it for the nicotine, not the flavor. What are you fucking talking about, bro?
It's for the flavors.
Yeah.
That's what it's about now.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, these new core addicts are pussies, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the people dying of fentanyl, and then these nicotine people that barely can get lung cancer. Fucking pussies.
Breast cancer.
That's actually the new side effect of vaping is breast
Breast
cancer.
cancer.
It grows them first, and then it gives them to you.
Yeah.
It gives you the cancer.
What's it? I made like crepes today, and she was like, I can't use your raspberry jelly. It'll bring breast cancer back. I was like, Rich, afternoon you can talk to me about it. I'm so sick of fucking breast cancer talk.
And she wants to marry you.
She does.
That's crazy.
I mean, she sliced everything else up of her life that was killing her, but not me. So,
You should definitely say that one. That's probably your best joke, I think.
that's my best breast cancer joke. That's the most hacky one.
I
Of
know.
course you would fucking like it. Connor keeps coming up to me because he's always like, do you like the fake boobs? I was like, you mean more than the ones that were trying to kill her? Yeah, I like the fake boobs over murder tits. And he's like, dude, have you said it on stage yet? I was like, I'm sure I will at some point.
Yeah.
At some point, it'll be. It's like, I've been doing this for 9 years. I'm okay dying as an open micer. I've been doing it 52 years. Still doing open mics. Still grinding, baby.
So you
I'll
think
get my break.
Yeah, it's coming.
Rogan will see me.
so you think writing new materials makes that being an open micer, like doing new stuff all the time?
No, what?
What were you saying being an open micer?
No, I was
Fine.
just saying at some point I will get he wants me to try it out like tomorrow.
Oh, but you
He's like, go up and, like, if I got pulled on Mothership, he'd be like, did you try that new bit? I'd be like, no.
Oh, okay.
I was at Mothership.
Trying
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
I'm not doing my Bud Light bit tonight.
Oh, that's where I am at. That's why I do. I just try to do shit all the
Right,
time.
right. But not, like, are you doing something you wrote today if you get pulled on Kill Tony tomorrow?
No, I have that specific.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But if I go to, let's say, Lucky Duck, I will do all new stuff.
Right.
And
Yeah.
or
Well, that's
Anderson
what
Mill.
those kind of mics
Yeah.
are for. You know, that's like the point is like go and do the
Well, there's
I
also-
had this thought or
The catch-22 of it, where it's like being able to do that, like say the door guys at Rogan, they get to do their brand new material every night in front of a packed crowd and immediately know
What
it
works.
needs work, it's good, it needs tweaking, or it needs work, or it needs the garbage bin. And it's like, all right, that's cool. Whereas like we do new shit at open mics, it's like, oh fucking
yeah, you got to do like 7 to
Yeah.
10 open mics of like new shit to even know if it's worth then pursuing.
well, you need
So-
to also you need to try it.
yeah.
So like you get used to it coming out of your mouth, which like if you go up twice at Mothership, you're probably good enough that you don't need to worry about that first try.
Well, that's what I've learned is take the best parts of that and then go to like Velveeta Room or go to Cap City and just
When
stand
have
in
you
line.
gotten on the elevator room?
I do it on Thursdays.
What?
Yeah,
How is
How many
it?
times?
like 3 times.
In how long?
Like I did it last month.
In 1 month you got on 3 times?
No. I do it whenever I want a big crowd, I'll go to Velveeta Room or Cap City. So
But
like
how'd you get on the elevator room? That's
I
where
stand in the standby.
And you get first?
Well, I get first or second. Yeah,
Holy fucking shit. When did you get there?
like 6 or 7.
You piece of shit.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah, see, I interviewed.
That's how I deal with success. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but that's a good place to know if those things work. So I'll
Yeah,
I'll
but
ride
elevator
them.
room's also a little woke.
Nah, they're paying $5 to walk in. They're just pulling people off the street.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a
The 2 times I've done it, I've had horrible experiences.
Oh really? Nah, man.
Well, I got in a fight with the guy running the mic.
I did cheat on your wife jokes, and the dude was like, "That's the funniest shit I've ever heard." So like,
Nice.
yeah. So
You hear that up there?
nah, she's at work.
Just the kids are hearing me talk about cheating on their mom.
Actually, she's at work. She's probably the only one watching it.
They're gonna be
She's at Dillard's right now, like, look at these motherfuckers. Look at these.
in my house talking shit.
Drinking my beer.
None of this. None of this. No.
He's cut the feed 20 minutes ago. We've been done. You guys have just been talking to each other, you fucking idiots.
That's going.
No, definitely Cap City is a great spot to get audience.
But you have to get there, at 6 o'clock. Oh,
Also,
no, I'm sorry, 4 o'clock.
I will say they didn't feel the need to repost one of my fucking Instagram things about them.
Well, I don't think they repost. Do they? What? What are they reposting?
I was like calling out the guys who were good in all the brackets.
Oh, yeah.
I was belligerently drunk. I was like, look at this bracket. Great, good comments.
Yeah.
And they're like, no.
They can't do that because all the people you didn't say were good are still
Suck.
seeing
Exactly.
it.
I'm the barometer for good comedy.
Yeah.
The guy who wears a Notre Dame jersey
So let's talk
and
about
swears at everyone at Kill Tony.
what day are you going on?
It's July 25th.
Okay. Man, my 24th anniversary is the 24th of July.
Your 24th, your wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
Fucking Mr. Hate getting married, but knows exactly when his wedding anniversary
Well,
is.
it's July 24th.
I got an easy one too. I got Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
Oh, yeah, 316.
Whoop, whoop.
That's more of a Jesus day. you
Yeah,
faggot.
well, I do what I do.
Unless you're an alcoholic,
Yeah.
and it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
For the rest of my life, every anniversary is going to start with the glass breaking and the da-da, da-da, da, and I'm going to smash 2 beers and chug them over her.
You know damn well.
God damn it!
Her dad and her mom's paying for that. They'll be like, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten daughter." Yeah, that's what's gonna go to. And I'm gonna see the whole thing. His dad's be walking down the aisle. And be,
It's not.
Yeah,
Her dad's a UFC fighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Her dad does parking lot cage fights in Florida, and then
Turn up.
does country music.
Fuck yeah.
That's cool. So Steve Austin's more at his.
Yeah. Her mom's like an ex-stripper.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not.
So how do you get cancer in that family? Just
Born into it.
Yeah.
You're born into it, and you either become gay or get cancer. So I think we got the lesser of the two.
Well, for now.
Homophobia.
Yeah.
Did you cut to my camera?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Clip that one up. Scott will be stoked.
You need to clip them up.
I
You're
actually
supposed
started
to.
clipping
Oh,
Scott's.
sure. Oh, the last one. We only have 100 before that.
Okay. I'm doing it on my iPhone. I don't have 2 screens and all this.
Stop watching them.
I can't see either of them. I know how physics works. There's just a penis right in front of my face. Since he's turned the screen. There's the black dude with his cock out from
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
It's just over your
I wonder how
forehead.
he feels. He was big when I was in college, which was years before COVID. I mean, he's always been big. That
Yeah,
cock
yeah,
is ginormous.
Yeah.
But now he's known as COVID cock guy.
Well, he's dead.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
so-
how he found out he's dead, because he got so famous.
You can't.
after he
You
was
can't
dead.
get all the gifts.
Yeah.
In this world.
He's
Yeah,
like a
so-
true artist. He got famous after he died.
Yeah, so all that popped off after he was dead, and apparently his girlfriend or wife or whatever came out and was like, yeah, he was really embarrassed about that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, you don't get to have a horse come
Giant penis.
and then be like, I'm embarrassed. Like, come, get it,
he
dick.
had some dark days.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had some dark days singing in his room alone, staring at the picture, be like, why? Why is this all I am?
I only needed $150 at one time.
And then people would come, and he's the drive-through guy at Arby's. He's like, can I get your order? We have the meats. I'm like, yeah, you do. You got the meats.
What kind of, you need a special uniform at Arby's for that?
To hold the horse cock. They tie it up in a rubber band.
It's like a
His
garter
parents
belt.
just say, this is the meat.
Yeah, Ridge would know. Ridge would know what you do with a cock that size.
You put a rubber band on it and wait for it to fall off.
No,
That's
just the balls.
sometimes it gets in the way.
He accidentally was cutting cocks off cows.
Sometimes it just gets,
Oh,
it just
poor
gets in there.
Ridge.
Yeah.
I saw him again. He didn't have the suspenders on. He's like, I'm trying to change my image. I was like, half your jokes are about suspenders, bro.
Tony Pepperoni's trying to change his image, but we don't know his real name.
That's going to make it difficult.
Yeah. So
I heard his real name once, and I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I keep on saying, I follow him a lot. I'm like, who's the guy who's
How's he
not
trying
try-
to change his image?
He's like, hey guys, it's me. Or he goes, blah, blah, blah. But then he'll go, hey, it's me, Tony Pepperoni. But then he'll like talk regular and be like, who's that guy who's talking regular? That's
I don't
what
like
wanna
this
know.
at all. I think he should just stick to Tony Pepperoni and wait for 90s TV to come
He's
back.
like, I've been doing it for a year and a
Multiple
half.
shows.
Yeah. Like he'd be like a Balky.
Well, like, that's the funny thing is, like, he would say something. He'd be like, I've been doing it a year and a half, and I haven't got my break. It's like, yeah bro. Obviously, it's not coming.
Yeah. You should give up.
Bitch.
Yeah. See, I thought that, because I had seen him about a month or so do it, and I thought it was like the first time he was doing it.
Doesn't it seem like that?
Every time.
Like every time it's like, oh, okay, this is just like a funny thing he's doing
It's
tonight.
like that Madonna song, Like a Virgin.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and then, yeah, I heard him, so he's like, I've been doing this a year and a half, and I'm like, oh, that
You've been doing
sucks.
these same bits.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things, too. It's like, if someone came to visit, and I was like, and I saw him on the list, I'd be like, you have to fucking see Tony Pepper. Like, you're staying in the fucking
And that's the
room.
problem. You're the problem right there. You're the reason he's gonna kill himself right there. Is because you're holding him
Wouldn't
to
be
it.
the first one.
Yeah.
I've been on a few lists. It makes me feel very powerful.
When they
Why
name you
did I
specifically?
killed myself? Yeah. Oh, it feels so good.
It's a real power move.
I had one girlfriend try to kill herself like every month.
Yeah.
And what we would do was read her suicide note. And that's how I was like, you should stop doing this. A lot of typos. You don't know grammar. You don't know where commas go. You fucking dumb whore.
Yeah.
But it was also, I was like, I mean this much. She's like, I can't live without you. And I was like, clearly you can. You're still here, you fucking whore. I'm still leaving.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I'm emotionally and mentally manipulative. And
The
I'm not going to
creating-
change anytime soon.
The creating of a comic's ego. Right there, just, it's
The first time I came in and saw her blue and had to call 911, I was like, I think I'll do stand-up.
yeah, you're like, I got what it takes to remember. Yeah.
The paramedics were rolling her out and I was doing bits. I was like, hey guys, how about this?
You think she's blue? You should see my balls, fucking bitch.
Tony Pepperoni over here.
Oh, mama mia.
He's someone that would be so, like, that. He should send his tape in to, like, Jimmy Kimmel. They would, they'd be like, yeah, all right, here it is, Tony Pepperoni. And be like, here's 5 minutes of it.
2.5. Let's just do 2.5.
But once he starts doing his Irish character and black character, that's when it gets good.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get really racist in here for a minute. Have you seen him yet?
Yeah.
You seen the Irish and black
I
guy?
follow him everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird life to live.
It is.
Where's Tony on the list? I'm actually after him.
Yeah.
I don't care whose name's there. It's actually ChadO.
No, it's just the way it's been working out lately.
It's weird because I also don't see him at open mics.
Yeah, I see. You don't see me at open mics either, though.
Yeah, because I don't go to Lucky Duck.
You don't go a lot of places I go.
Yeah, 'cause they're outside.
Yeah.
I'm going to Salvation this week.
I don't go to any outside mics. I've never been to an outside mic.
You go to Lucky
Go to
Duck.
Lucky Duck. That's an outside mic.
That is, if it rains, they go inside. So it's technically not an outside mic because if it's raining, I'm not gonna do an outside mic. But
I went to the Brewers
I can still
game,
do. I can still do. Lucky
The
Duck.
forecast was for rain, so they closed the shit. So it's
Yeah,
inside.
if it's inside. If it's raining and I'm not getting wet,
All
it's
right,
an
so
inside.
I'll only
mic.
sign up for Lucky Duck when it's inside. Oh, it's raining? I'll run over.
Okay, there you go. You have to run through the rain to get there.
Yeah.
So
I'll be like,
it's-
here, Eldon, put me on.
Yeah. See, my biggest issue is whenever I go to Lucky Duck, it's just, am I staying here until 3 in the morning
Yeah.
to do my 5 minutes or not? Because you go over there and it's like, oh yeah,
To have some fucking whores yell at you.
we've just bumped like 15 people in, and it's like, I still have a job.
I dig for a single digit or I don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't really go and just because on Wednesdays I like the mic scene on Wednesday because you can kind of run around a lot. So I usually sign up for Lucky Duck, then go up and do that Kick Butt Coffee.
Yeah.
Then try to go over to Creek and then go over and see where Lucky Duck's at. And then sometimes it's like, oh yeah, we're on like number 30, and then sometimes like we're still on number 15. It's like, all right, well.
That Wednesday Creek mic though is so unpredictable. They never really have it like when it should be.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's one of those like you just hang out outside and hope they actually put the list there.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like, oh, it was inside this time. Never mind.
Well, they're getting stupid with those lists and those buckets when they just run them around. They never get consistently because because people catch on. Like I catch on, I'll wait for it, you know.
Yeah.
But 'cause I'm trying to do 4 fucking mics, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm not trying to be last on your list. Whereas this is some people's only fucking mic they're gonna do. Let them be last. But
Yeah,
I'm being sly. I'm being cunning because I'm for a reason. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to
Well, and I think
get it all in there.
I think it's weird that they move it around and try to be so sneaky with it because it's like, shouldn't it be the people that are really trying? Those are the ones.
That's
you
what I'm saying.
want? Like, I
So-
don't understand some of that kind of stuff.
So then we have this animosity now between us because now I'm the first one on the list again because I ran over there and did
Yeah,
whatever.
and signed up.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, stop moving the list. Be consistent.
I'm definitely a big believer in like let people know what's going on. That way you can get the people that care and like actually want to do comedy.
Yeah, but whatever. They want to give all the new people a shot too.
Which there has to be a spot for that.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big believer in if you're not letting brand new comics up, you're fucking up the scene also because you have to have the spot for them to come up and eat shit and then come back and be like, I don't understand why that didn't work. My parents think I'm hilarious. And like, well,
Well, first off, they're your adopted parents, so let's be a bit honest here. Yeah. You fucking liar.
Anyways, we're talking about people moving the list around, trying to
move the list around.
Yeah.
At Creek, where it's like sometimes in the back, sometimes in the front, or
sometimes at the stage, sometimes at the bar.
yeah.
Sometimes at the sound
Are we
booth.
pro this or con?
Con,
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Well, also, they bump a lot. Which also, like, now, the fact that we still bump is insane. Like, there's, like, 5 places that the people that, like, do the bumping can get on every night. Like, just go do your 3-4 shows. You don't need... If you still need 6 open mics a night, like, you're not getting better then. Like, you gotta be able to be like, all right, I did well. I got my workout in. I tried all my new bits. Tomorrow I'll write 3 more and I'll try those at 4 spots. And
I don't know. I do think the bumping stuff is just, as a comic, I just have an issue. I wouldn't want to do it to other comedians.
Right.
So the people that are very pro, like, I just show up and I'm like, it's kind of a weird energy to put off.
Yeah.
Of being like, I want other people to know that I jumped in front.
Well,
of
and then you have people being like that get success in different ways, and they're like, why does all the comics fucking hate me? They're jealous. It's like, no, it's because you bumped us for 7 months, and then it's like, all right, that helped you? Fuck you. Like,
no shit. But like you said, now they have Mothership and
right.
Has anybody seen a crowd at Sunset?
No.
I haven't seen.
I try to keep going there because I'm like, one of these nights it's gonna be packed, and it's always 3 comics in the back, 2 audience members.
When the Creek has a bigger crowd, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You're on 6th. You're next.
And you've been on Joe Rogan talking about this club.
Right.
Where are the people?
I think their problem is they don't do like big shows. Like the Creek still has those like weekend headliners that you're like, oh fuck yeah. And I haven't seen that at Sunset yet.
Yeah,
what's the biggest name they've had do a weekend?
It's Sunset Friends.
Yeah, just Red Band.
I haven't even seen like a
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. It's like, you gotta get people in here because you gotta get people in. You gotta do the Louis C.K. You gotta get people in, buying tickets to see whoever.
Why doesn't he have Segura come in? I don't know. You started the podcast.
Yeah,
walk him in.
Yeah, be like, hey, do a weekend here, and then they get on the email list, and they can keep coming back. That's what Roscos is really good at. They're selling out shows now because they got so many people on the email list.
That's you have to have a mailer. You have to paper the room sometimes. Right. You have to bring him in.
And like I don't think we have to do that work anymore. Like that helped Louis get big, but it's like I don't think it helps so much us doing it now as much as clubs have to take that responsibility to be like, this is how the internet changed things, and I'm going to email people and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I did a show back home, and we found this spot. It was like way out in the middle of nowhere, and like a full stage. It was a super dope ass setup, and we went there the first time, and I was like, "There's no one here."
Yeah.
Like we advertised that we were going on to do the show, but of course we expected the bar
to
also advertise so they could make money.
Right.
And I was talking to the bartender, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're surprised that you did a comedy show the same night as the county fair in town."
Oh my god!
And
which in the middle of nowhere, Missouri.
Yeah, it was like in the Midwest. The county fair takes everyone. Like that's what matters. And I was like, "Oh well, I don't live here, so I don't know when the fuck the county fair is." And they were like, "Oh well, yeah, why'd you do it this night?" And I was like, "Yeah, because the owner said this was the night."
Yeah.
They said, "Can you do it this?" I said, "Yeah." And then we did one more show and showed up, and it was the same thing. And I was like, "Hey, did you guys advertise? Sent you all flyers, all this and that?" And they're like, "Oh no, we never put up flyers." I'm like, "I'm done driving an hour And then they were like mad at us. They're like, you guys didn't bring a crowd. And I'm like, I'm coming to your fucking town.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like your
Talk to
bartenders
your
and
regulars.
servers should be like, hey, just so you know, comedy show Wednesday or whatever the fuck it is.
And I was like, where's all the flyers I emailed you
Yeah.
guys? And they were like, oh, they're just sitting in the back of the bar. And I'm like,
That's helpful.
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Like, pay me my money still, because I had to drive all the way out here and pay all these fucking psychopaths to come with me. But yeah, that kind of shit was the stuff that made me be like, I gotta get out and go to the bigger
Well,
cities.
that's kind of the problem too with San Antonio has that wine club that's like a real club. I forget what it's fucking called. In that mall.
Yeah, it's
on
the
roof.
elbow room or something.
Yeah. So I pitched them shows, and they're like, "Well, how many people can you bring out?" I was like, do you not have everyone in San Antonio's email yet?
Yeah, it's
how
like,
long have
you're
you
the
fucking
club.
been here? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you get it whenever it's a national
And also,
headliner.
it's San Antonio. It's not Austin, so there's
Yeah.
tons of people in San Antonio, and you're the club. Like,
Yeah.
there's a bar that people go do comedy at otherwise. So if you can't bring in the audience, and like I've had open mics there that have been pretty packed, and I was like, yeah. So why are you asking me? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Did you sell the tickets and sell food and beer?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Then
pay
we're
me.
and they're like, we're struggling to find enough acts, and I was like, I'm bringing you an act.
Yeah.
You fucking put me on. Who cares?
However, I will say, anybody who is looking to do a cool mic that wants to drive to San Antonio, every other Friday, I think the next one's on like the 24th or something this month.
It's a dragon or tiger or whatever it is.
It's the Angry Ape or something
Angry
like.
Ape?
Yeah.
Why are they all animal names?
It's out of San
Isn't
Antonio.
there a tiger
Wild,
one
man.
in San Antonio?
I did Fuel Bar in San Antonio.
Okay, I think that's the bar I'm talking shit on.
Yeah, they have.
It's a good bar, but
Yeah. Well, see,
They have free pizza every other Sunday.
nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so the one I went to, it was last Friday, and it was the first time they did it, and it's like a competition mic where the crowd votes, which is always interesting. And
How do they vote?
Yelling.
Okay.
Yelling.
So, it's one of those like half the people are now just yelling for this person because they're yelling.
Yeah.
And they're drunk and it's 1 a.m. But whoever wins the mic gets $100 and gets to host the next show.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, oh, that's like a really cool kind of idea.
That's something,
It's
yeah.
worth driving the hour and a half to go down and do. And it was a packed ass room. Like, only half of them I felt were really there for the comedy. Other people were just like, this is the bar I drink at every Friday night.
Right. What?
But-
Am I the only one hearing that?
The crinkling. Yeah.
I was like, is it raining or is that the fucking... Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it is a really cool show, and the bad thing is though, the person that started running it, they added me on Instagram, and I was like, oh, they must have like seen a clip or like seen something I like put out, and then I was talking to the person that was like inviting all the people, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, you added me, that's why I found out about the show, and she's like, oh yeah, I just went into Austin's Comedy and just started hitting follow, and I was like, motherfucker, like,
No, I got-
for a second did I think that anybody was like, oh, this is I was like, they can't do it. Just,
I got added by a show and I was like, oh, do you want me to do it sometime? I'm like, no. I was like, you go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
What? I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm not following your bullshit.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, they must like see my stuff and be like, oh, we want this guy to come down. And then I talked to her. She's like, oh yeah, I just added like hundreds of people, and I was like, motherfucker. That's what I get for thinking for a second that.
No, we had a mic like that in Florida where it was like audience votes, and usually it's a ballot. So
Yeah.
you circle names, and we, like, whoever didn't print them. So we did it by audit, and I was like, oh, I had my audience. Like, my shit's a little bluer, so like when I hit my audience, it's like really hits.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is my fucking audience. And he's like, all right, we're doing it by applause. And he's like, Zach got third. And I was like, the fuck do you mean third? I was that guy, like, do the applause meter again, motherfucker. And so we went outside later, just like hanging out. And I was like, so what the fuck was that? He's like, dude, we can't have you doing 10 minutes because you got the 10-minute guest spot for the weekend guy. And he's like, you know who's coming in this weekend? We can't have you doing that shit before him. I was like, then just put me on a different weekend. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Find someone. And then he was like, oh, you could do guest spot for Joe Mackey. I was like, I think my shit's just as inappropriate for his show.
Yeah.
Joe's fun though.
Joe's fine. He's really good. He's
But
a writing guy.
yeah, he might like a raunchy comic before him though, just because.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it's very different.
Yeah.
No, we did a good weekend.
Oh, you actually did it with
Yeah.
him? Oh, cool.
But like going back to like what jobs do you take and not, it's like he has a tough time because he works for Fox News. So it's like, how much material are you burning? How much of this? And that, like how many you can't leave town for 4 days because you need to be there for 5 days worth of new. You know, that fucking sucks. To be that big and not be able to just like
do your own thing,
make your own destiny.
That's when you're a slave to the money, you know. Yeah. You're tied to that paycheck.
Now also, like, he gets to live in New York and he's got a hot Asian girlfriend and shit like that. So it's not all bad.
Yeah, it's like you can't really.
I'm not shedding a tear for this guy.
Yeah.
The quarters are nice, master, but
Yeah.
that was my my Mexican slave impression.
Thank God it was Mexican. It was black. Canceled.
Yeah, a lot of Mexican slaves still.
Thank God.
They make cocaine. It's good.
Why is my food still so expensive then?
Somebody's got to build this city.
Yeah. Anyways, we're done here.
Sure, if you want to be.
I don't know. What are we doing? Are
know, you're
are you
fingering
guys
your mom.
going? I'm trying to get that lighter out still. Are we going to the mothership? Are you guys doing that today?
Yeah,
I'm in your car, so I'm doing whatever you tell me to.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
yeah. So
That was pretty aggro.
I'll be going down to the mothership. Can I plug the show
Yeah,
and all
okay.
that
Yeah,
stuff? Is that cool?
it's in the title too.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Check out Birthday Boys every Monday. So tomorrow we'll have our newest episode coming out, and then I'll be doing the Funniest in Austin competition June 25th.
June 25th.
I love how stupid he thinks our audience is. It's like Monday, you know, the day after Sunday. You fucking idiots.
But also like
Also, who knows when this is coming out?
Yeah.
who knows when somebody's actually gonna watch it? If somebody goes and
There's 2 people watching it right now, so they know tomorrow's tomorrow.
Thank you.
Come on out, you whores.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug?
Subscribe to my Substack. I'm putting real work into it. There's a lot of writing going into it.
Is there any fake work put into it?
Well, yeah.
Also, yes.
now that we talk about it, I really haven't done any work. It's all work I've done previously. I've just been, copying and pasting a lot of it. But I do
like that.
I do write a little
I
stuff.
think that works for you.
Yeah.
I think that's a good.
I used to do a lot of work. But yeah, what are you doing?
May 31st, East Coast versus West Coast at Roscoe's. We talked about it already. That's it.
Yeah.
And you got your roast battle. Your funniest-
July 25th.
yeah, a month after this guy gets booted
Dude,
off.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be so bad because I'm going to New York for a week before. I get back like 3 days before.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see all my New York comic friends and do stand up with them, and they're gonna be like, "Your shit fucking sucks." So I'm gonna go to Camp State and be like, "I fucking blow. I don't know what none of this material's
I'm not even funny.
I've never been funny. I'm never gonna be funny."
So you're gonna be gone a week then too. So I got
6 days.
So I gotta prepare for that too.
July something.
See, this is how I find out about shit.
Yeah.
He's so angry. He's so angry.
I gotta get a new co-host.
I'm gone twice in a year.
Yes, he's like, that's
Fucking
enough.
fired.
That's enough. Get him
It's too
out.
much.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, guys. You guys
Yeah,
are
it's
fun.
fun.
This is a cool little thing. So.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm ChadO. That's Zach Leboza. That's been Eric Biggs. We're at ATX Comedy Review, and we're out. Peace out.